Hi friends, happy Saturday. Wait, yeah, it's Saturday. I was like, is it Saturday? Or is it Sunday? And I'm completely blanking. Why is my VTuber sweating? What did I press? What did I press? I don't know what I pressed. She's stressing though, girly pop. Why are you stressing? Why are you stressing? It's not that one. Oh, I see. Now she shouldn't be stressing? Yeah, now she's not stressing. Hi, Sinon. How is you? OMG, it's Sherb. Hi, Kojo. Hi, everybody. Hi, Trey. Hi, Kojo. Hi, Harye. How is everybody doing today? Harye, I'm so distraught that the streak reset. That's insane. I know there's some like certain like way about it too. Like it's really particular where you have to be at the stream for like a certain amount of time and then like the streak will like set itself, but or it's like you have to be there at a certain time when the stream starts. It's like a bunch of weird stuff and it doesn't make any sense. It should be if you show up you get a streak. In my onion, whether it's 10 seconds, an hour, whatever. My day is pretty good. My day is pretty good so far. I had to go to the DOL today, so that was not the highlight of my day, but it's fine. I technically have a new car in my name, so I guess that's something. I now own 2 cars. So yeah, I had to go to the DOL today. And also, of course, when I get there, right, they're like, oh, you're missing a signature. And I was like, wonderful. So then my family had to come back down to like sign more paperwork. And I was trapped behind a car because tell me why. Tell me why this person got pulled over, proceeded to park in a parking lot and block about 8 cars between his car and the police car. I was like, girls, let me out. And he just stared at me as I couldn't get out. I had this really nice man though help me get out. Because I like had no perception of like how far I could like back up, you know, before. So I was freaking. I was stressing. And then I rested a lot today. I worked for an hour earlier. So that was nice, I guess. But yeah. How's everybody doing today though? How's everybody else's Saturday? We're for the first time, by the way, streaming on YouTube today. Cause I'm gonna try doing YouTube streams instead of the VOD channel, because then it's just like up there. I've been seeing a lot of streamers do it. So I'm thinking that's like the move, you know? That's like the move. But I don't know. It says end to get people to watch. See, so it makes sense it wouldn't count if you weren't there for more than a moment or two to me anyway. See, I'm the opposite. I think it's like if you show up, it should give it to you, because the incentive is like 450 points, which in reality isn't like a crazy amount to me. Like, especially when you get up to like 50 plus for like the stream streaks and everything like that. I feel like it would be a better incentive if they made it so that the stream streaks, like the higher up you got, like the higher the amount was you got. They do it for the first little bit and then they don't do it for the rest of it. And I'm like, girly pops, why? I'm like, if somebody has like a 50 plus stream streak or even like 25 plus stream streak, I'm like, I feel like it should give like a bigger amount of like points to like make it worth. That's my onion though. The streaks, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree. It just makes me sad. Because I see people do it, and I've had somebody before be like, hey, can you like stream for like, leave your stream on for like 10 more minutes so that I could get this streak? And I'm like, that's so silly. You should be able to just get it if you like show up for a little bit. So it makes me sad. But yesterday was good. We cleared M6S. Yeah. I couldn't remember the name of it. Jer carried me through it. Shout out to Jer. Jer, Soupy, Deepaw, and then Dan like put together a party for me, and then Kojo and Plot joined too, so thank you for the carry, Kojo. I literally hadn't seen the entire end of the fight. There was a lot of surprises, let me tell you. I was like, oh, I didn't realize that the like lightning part happened like multiple times in a row, and I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. So it was a little bit chaotic, but we ended up getting the clear, even with Plot's controller dying in the middle of the fight too. But I'm glad it's done. It feels a lot better to like see it now and then just be like, I'm done with it. And then next week I'll do M7S. I was like, do I want to try M7S at all this weekend? And I was like, no. Also, I like how we got past ads and that was the clear. Yep. The palms were sweating. I was stressing so bad when we got past ads because I was like, I really don't know. I really don't know what's happening next, but I can't fuck this up or we have to do ads again. But the girly pops with their DPS were like popping off. I felt like the whole group's DPS was like popping off. Ads did not feel stressful at all. I was like, whoa, this is a new concept and a nice concept too. It was good. I appreciated the help. Thank you, Kojo / all the peepos that like came. I appreciated it. It was very, 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 very nice. I'm surprised we made it. I know. I agree. That's why I was like, girly pops were popping off in order for that to like go through. It was crazy. I said a clear's a clear. Have it on my passport now. But I'm gonna try to do an alt clear this week because I'm like, I want to make sure that I actually feel like confident about it. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm gonna open up Danganronpa. Also, hi Kate, I saw that you came in. Now carry me an M7S. Girl, I'm gonna need a carry from you. You got to 1%. Are you in Bestow? Oh my god, it's so loud. I'm so sorry. Hold up. Danganronpa. There we go. Yo, I don't think it's that loud for you guys. It's blasting my eardrums off on my end. There we go. Is it gonna load? Okay, there we go. We have to watch the intro every time. Like legally obligated. Wait, I think this is the right side for me to be on. But yeah, are you and Bisto gonna try to get the clear today, Kojo? Becomes the streak itself because once you're at 20 plus 30, people don't want to lose it, which makes it extra frustrating when it... I know, I think the random reason... Yeah, the streaks are so silly to me. Like, they're really cool, but the way that, like, how glitchy they are is silly to me. Makes me sad. Because there's some peoples that, like, are really up there for the streams, and then to see it disappear feels so sad. Hi, Thief, how was you? How was your, Saturday? Tired? Valid. Guys, I'm so excited. Okay, so I actually didn't remember who died. I'll be honest. My nail just fell off. I'm really distraught. But the way that my nail isn't destroyed underneath it is absolutely insane. The person who did my nails last time did so well. And I'm distraught because they live in Houston. It was a Houston nail person. Yard work? Oh man, not yard work. So we left off where, gosh, I don't even remember his name. One that always has to follow the rules died. I mean, he did just crash out though. But I came on today and I was like, who died? And then I was literally like, oh my god. I forgot. Because I honestly thought, I was like, I don't think anybody died last time. See? He died. I got a bunch I need to do, but it won't stop raining. Yuck. The rain. Taka. That's his name. Damn it. Why did this happen? Oh, everybody's quiet. Girl. She's passed out. Toko? Don't tell me. Toko too? Relax. She just passed out when she saw the blood. The blood? Oh, that's right. When Toko is, Toko, she has a fear of blood, huh? We've tried everything to get her to wake up, but no luck. Just leave her be for now. It's like he said, I should just leave her alone for now. Oh, I forgot, and it's like that fucking robot, right? That was going around causing havoc. Another hammer. Now it's Justice Hammer 4. It's even bigger than before. Is that suspicious individual responsible for killing Taka too?
However,
but why is it Justice Hammer 4? Huh? What do you mean? Celeste was attacked with Justice Hammer 1, and then Hifumi was hit with Justice Hammer 2. Oh wait, fuck, Hifumi did- who? Somebody else died, right? We have a double death. This time it was Justice Hammer 4. What happened to number 3?
what?
What's the matter? Well, you mentioned Justice Hammer 3. You just reminded me. Out with it. Do you know something? Actually, Taka's not the only one that's been killed. I forgot Hifumi's dead. I was just telling Kita. Never mind. That would be mean to say that I wanted Hifumi to die. Like, I wouldn't want him to die, but was he annoying? Yeah.
What? Hey!
Hifumi's been killed? Yeah.
I see.
Which is why you came to get us. Then we better go check it out. I heard you say he was annoying. He was so annoying. Come on. Like, I just couldn't like him no matter how long it took. Now it's hammer time. So Sakura, Byakuya, and I rushed off to the physics lab. Also, hi Ryusei, I hope you're doing well. I died. Oh no, well anyways. But as soon as we were out of the physics lab... Celeste, aren't you supposed to be waiting in the nurse's office? So something has come up. What the fuck? Yeah, I heard Fumi is dead, right? Well, that is not all. It is gone. Huh? What's gone? It has disappeared. Disappeared? Hifumi's body has disappeared. What?
What did you say?
What are you talking about? It's disappeared? Don't be ridiculous. Hi, Dragon.
Come on.
Are you serious?
What?
What the heck is happening here? Everyone, back to the nurse's office. I practically leapt down the stairs, nearly losing my balance. I reached the nurse's office completely out of breath. There's only Splatoon left. I couldn't believe my eyes. Hifumi's body was there just a few minutes ago. It just disappeared? Thank you for the lurk, Dragon. Me and Celeste went to the bathroom, but we were only gone for like a minute, and then when we got back... Indeed. This must be the work of the culprit. They must have come and carried the body away. They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. We're going to die, just like those guys died.
What did you say?
I don't believe this. I don't believe a body would just disappear.
Why?
First there were 2 murders, and now one of the bodies has been taken? This is unnatural. Huh? Hold on. What do you mean 2 murders? Taka's been killed. We found him in the equipment room.
No way!
It can't be. Taka too? It can't be. It can't be.
No!
Hina.
Calm down. Calm the fuck down, girl. We're all gonna die. All of us. They're gonna kill all of us. Then who might the next target be? Toko? Huh?
What?
I completely forgot. She's still unconscious in the equipment room. You left her at the scene of the crime? We didn't have a choice. She passed out and she refused to wake up. Huh? So she's still unconscious. So you knew she was still up there and said nothing? Why? That annoying little insect that clings to me wherever I go. You'd be better off without her. Girl, he said, I really don't give a fuck if she dies. She's annoying me. Calm down. You forgot about her, didn't you? You have no right to blame me. Everyone stop fighting. Right now we need to hurry back. I can't take this anymore. I don't want anyone else to die. Byakuya, if something's happened to Toko, I'll never forgive you. I really can't imagine that Jill is dead. We shot out of the nurse's office and bolted up the stairs, heading back to the 3rd floor. We went back to the equipment room at full speed. And when we got there... No, girl's Gucci! Toko! Thank God you're okay. But right away I noticed there was something very different here. Yup. It was gone. Not it. Taka's body, which should have been right there, had disappeared. This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating all this or something? No, it's not a hallucination. I know I saw it before, and what I'm seeing now isn't what I saw before. Huh? Well, what are you saying? Taka disappeared too?
Stop talking.
Stop saying disappeared. It didn't just vanish into thin air. Obviously, whoever hid did this has hidden the bodies. But why would they do that? I couldn't possibly begin to imagine. Anyway, our costume suspect is clearly continuing his crime spree. We gotta hurry and catch him before he kills all of us.
Not possible.
Oh, I don't think you have to worry about that.
Huh?
Think about it. Who could possibly be responsible for killing and hiding these dead bodies?
Well,
When Hifumi's death cry went up, everyone here was together on the 3rd floor.
it is so.
After that, we split up into 2 groups. And now this time, you all came here as a group from the nurse's office. In other words, the only ones who could have done this are Hiro and Kyoko, who are still missing. Oh, hold on a second. Kyoko has an alibi for when Celeste and Hifumi were attacked. There's no question that she was in the dining hall with us. You seem very adamant about defending her. Perhaps you are in love? Girl, that's not it at all. Well, anyway, yes, I do accept Kyoko's
Let's
alibi.
see.
Which means the suspicious individual we're looking for can be no other than Hiro. Which further means there'll be no more murders. The regulations are very clear about that. That's right. There's a rule that says you can only kill a maximum of 2
That's right.
people. As long as that rule is in place, there will not be a 3rd murder. If they were to break that rule... Hey, Monokuma! Bam, ba, bam, bam. Not this, Gojo. I'm crying.
I'd mince ya. Mince ya without a second thought. Mince ya, grind ya, turn ya into paste.
I can't do his voice as well as I feel like I did a few months ago.
By the way, did you know that fish paste can also refer to shellfish, like shrimp or crabs?
Is he trying to kill me? Indeed.
Let's see.
So, since 2 people have been killed, there's no possibility of any more.
Perhaps.
You knew that from the beginning, didn't you, Byakuya? Which means you knew Toko was never in danger. I still meant it when I said we'd be better off without her, though.
In other words,
Anyway, with that in mind, we can now relax its search for the 2 missing bodies. The 2 missing bodies. 2 people have been killed, and their bodies have been hidden. The only one without an alibi, the only one who could have done it, is Hiro. But is he really the killer? And what about Kyoko? Is she not involved in this case? Where did she go?
What?
Hey, Makoto, what's the matter? Huh? Oh, no, it's nothing. Whatever. We need to find those bodies, or our little narrative here can't move forward.
So then,
Very well. Then let us split up and begin searching. But, there's no need to be afraid. No more murders will take place during this case.
I mean,
I know that. I mean, I think I do, but if you're still nervous, I'll come with you. Okay, thank you. No need to thank me. Then let's get moving. Yell out if you need anything. Byakuya left the equipment room followed by the others. I have to try and find the 2 missing bodies. Okay, who are we guessing did this? I absolutely have no idea. I feel like it wasn't Hiro, and I feel like it wasn't Kyoko, because that just feels too obvious. You know what I mean? Like, way too obvious. Okay, they're chilling in here. Damn, we need to search for the bodies that have disappeared. What happens after that?
huh?
Where could the 2 dead bodies have disappeared to? I think it was them. Is that crazy? That's a bold statement. Huh? The door must be locked. Because she's literally my favorite. Yao is my favorite. Yaoi. That's what we always call her. Yao. I think it's Yaoi. Yaoi. Aoi? Yaoi. There's the hammer. What the heck is with this thing? Yeah, like, what is the Justice Hammer? I'm trying to think where we could go. Yeah, let's leave. Is this the way I came? I guess let's just peek into these classrooms. But I have a feeling the classrooms are definitely not it. Okay, I'm crying. Not the Despair Squadron. Real for that. Oh, fuck, girl! Did you have to show up like that? Makoto.
come on.
Why are you just standing there? We need to get to the repository. Huh? You mean...
Indeed.
I found them. Hifumi and Taka's bodies have both been hidden in the repository.
Goodbye.
I already told Hida and Sakura will go on ahead. Their bodies were in the repository? What the fuck is the repository? Chat, what is the repository? I go to get a soda and miss a bomb. Play Persona 5 before Danganronpa, so whenever I hear Aoi, I just think of Morgana. Okay, valid. Man, that's a game that I really want to play. I started to play it on stream, but it's such a time, like, such a time dip, you know what I mean? Yo, why am I so lost? Yeah. I know, it's insane. Like, I started streaming it back when I first started streaming. Okay, so the repository is up here. Is it this little science room? No, we legit came from here. It can't be. Well, okay. Guys. Okay, this was it. Yeah, I started streaming it back when, like, I was still streaming on my Mac and everything was, like, falling apart. Like, it was so glitchy and everything, but it was good. I liked it. Are the bodies here somewhere? But I got taken over by Kingdom Hearts at the time. I have to wonder where they could have been hidden. Behead. Oh, so okay. The doorknob turned. I guess it's unlocked. Then I have no choice but to go inside. Okay, yeah, those two girly pops were standing in there. Guys, it's them. My faves. It's my faves that did it. So I opened the door, and when I entered, I saw... Oh god, no! So dramatic. The two bodies that had disappeared were right there. The smell of blood made me gag. What I saw before my eyes was unquestionable, unavoidable, unwavering reality. And then I heard the announcement for a second time. Ding dong, bing bong. Okay.
A body has been discovered.
Bitch, we know.
After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
Okay. And so here we are. Without further ado, let me give you all the next Monokuma file. I was going to hand them out when you found the bodies the first time, but I thought something might happen. It was really hard to resist, but turns out I was right.
Just hand it over already.
Punishment is waiting for you.
Now, make sure to investigate with all your mental might and prepare for the class trial. Okay, see you later.
Well then, now that we found the bodies, all that's left is to uncover the culprit.
What the heck? Hold on. How can you be so calm? I mean, they're dead, you know?
That's terrible.
Dead. Gone forever. They're never coming back. Awful. This is all just too awful.
Hina suddenly burst into tears. She clutched at Hifumi's lifeless body.
Who would do this? Why? Why?
Large, wet tears fell from her eyes. The tears landed on Hifumi's cheeks. If this were some world of make-believe, that might have been when Hifumi opened his eyes. But this wasn't a movie. Oh. This wasn't...
He's alive
What
again?
the fuck?
Where am I?
Guys.
So cold. Is winter coming?
Hifumi! Wake up!
Huh? That's right. Remember now. Hope's Peak.
Come on, you gotta wake up!
Oh my god.
Remember everything before I met you all. I met you all.
His memories are blending together. He has nothing useful to offer us.
The light, it's reaching out.
This is so
to me
dramatic.
like the tail of a comet.
Hey, Hifumi! Who was it? Who attacked you? Who tried to kill you?
Who killed me? That's right. I remember.
No way. Give us the tea.
Yasuhiro.
His eyes closed, and they never opened again. Death for the second time. Absolute undeniable death. No matter how many more of Hina's tears splashed in his face, there was no second miracle. Reality set in again. This isn't some stereotypical fantasy world. Tears can't restore a person's vitality.
Honestly.
You have no tears, do you? No blood in your veins, no calcium in your bones. At least you have your meat.
Stop talking.
You're just angry, going out of his way to return just to leave us with those unnecessary dying words. Now this game has become exceedingly boring. He said, Yasuhiro, right?
Then perhaps...
Yasuhiro Hagakure. That is the only person he could have been
So,
referring
in
to.
other words,
And with that, the case is solved. Assaulting people and even killing Taka and Ifumi, and going as far to hide their bodies. A criminal that hides his face behind a mask and uses a bunch of wooden hammers. Is that what Hiro is?
What is this?
If it's true, I can't forgive him. No way can I ever forgive him. To kill two of our friends? Anyway, it's about time we track down the culprit in our little life or death game. Although, this time it's not all that life or death. The trial will conclude without much trouble.
Indeed.
Yes, it does look that way. It's going to begin again. We have to go through this one more time. I have to accept it. I have no choice but to go through with this to make sure everyone survives. I just have to do it. Yo, could it have been though? Do you think? Too bad KH4 doesn't exist anymore. Look, Copium. It's going to. It's gonna come. Kingdom Hearts always does this, right? They like announce a game and then it takes 500 billion years for it to come out. I'm saying this as like Kingdom Hearts is like my favorite game series of all time. Truly. Other than Final Fantasy XIV, I'm a Kingdom Hearts girly. Is the serial killer still alive? Yes, she is. Toko's still chilling. First, I better check the Monokuma file. The victims were Hifumi Yamada and Kiyotaka Ishimaru. The cause of death for each was a blow to the head. It is thought that they were both killed with a similar weapon. That's it?
very strange.
Yeah, it's pretty strange. We got way less information this time than before. That is no problem. After all, the events of this case unfolded before our very eyes. We should know more about what happened than the Monokuma file could anyway. Maybe.
Well,
There's something else that's bothering me. Someone else has been missing for quite a while. Are you talking about Kyoko? Without a doubt, she has an alibi for when Celeste and Hifumi were attacked. But what if the killer wasn't acting alone? What if they had an accomplice? An accomplice? An accomplice? What are you doing here?
Monokuma
Don't be
appears!
rude. I'm here to answer your question.
What question?
You're talking about accomplices, right? I'm pretty sure I explained it before, didn't I? During the first class trial.
speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall
I forgot about
answer.
this.
Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
Oh, shoot.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
Maybe.
In other words,
So basically, you could be an accomplice if you want, but there's no gratification in it.
So you're saying nobody worked together this time? Either?
hey,
Sorry, I can't answer that. It would obstruct the free exchange of information between you guys. I just want to make sure you don't forget, no matter how much you might assist in a murder, only one Blacken can graduate. An accomplice gets nothing.
So, in other words,
We need to figure out who that one blackened is that did the killing, right? Just like normal?
well,
Okay. Let me take this opportunity to clarify the whole shebang. In this class trial, what you need to determine is the one true Blacken who devised the murder plot and put it into action. The true Blacken?
The true Blacken? So just one person?
That's enough for explainifying. Now it's down to the final battle between all of you and the Blacken. Good luck to all the contestants.
So there can only be one Blacken. An accomplice shouldn't benefit. Then I can't see any way Kyoko would be connected to this case after all. You may be right.
If that's true, then Kyoko, where are you?
As long as she's not connected to the case, it doesn't matter. Let's get back to the investigation.
I have absolutely no doubt that Hiro is responsible. For the time being, I suppose it can't hurt to pursue further information. You know, don't you think we should just consider a certain someone as suspect just in case? I'm talking about the murderous fiend Genocide Jack.
What?
Hey, Joe, girl! I had missed you. Kingdom Hearts 4, they showed it once 3 years ago and never mentioned it again. I know, but the copium. I'm just praying. I'm praying.
What? I'm offended.
You winded you.
I've been looking all over for you, Master. When I woke up, you were nowhere to be found. Anyway, you there, milk sack swimmer girl.
Huh?
Milk sack?
You gotta be kidding!
Why do I gotta be a suspect?
What the heck?
Well, I mean, you are a serial killer.
What?
So what? I'm like a special guest suspect every time. I have an alibi, you know.
She's right about that. When we heard Hifumi scream, she was with me. And when the bodies disappeared, she was still lying unconscious in the equipment room. Plus, Taka's body aside, I can't imagine any way she could have been able to move Hifumi's body.
Yep. Besides, I calculate every move I make. I'm not gonna kill someone when everyone knows what I look like. They don't call me the murderous fiend for nothing.
What are you saying?
That's not the kind of thing you should be bragging about.
Let's see.
On another topic, should we post a guard by the bodies like before? We can't have them disappearing again.
So then,
Hina and I can handle that. You don't mind, do you, Hina? Sure, I'd be totally useless on the investigation anyway.
all clear now.
And that's that. Let's begin. This whole thing is so strange. Although one of us has an alibi, so figuring out who did it should be obvious, right? But maybe it's just me. But I don't think it's going to be as straightforward as it seems. Oh shit, there's the hammers, guys! There are hammers of all different sizes hanging on the wall, though some are more like mallets. Mallets? Could the Justice hammers have been designed using these as a model? Either way, all the hammers here obviously see a lot of use. They're all covered in debris and chalky stone powder. Wait. For some reason, this one hammer isn't dirty at all, and it's wet. Did someone wash it recently? Spotless hammer has been added to the truth bullets. There are many aspects of the incident this time. Too many, to be honest. Considering that, it may be good to look back on everything that's happened.
so then.
Would you like my help? Sure, girly pop. Yeah, let's look back on things. This morning, only 4 of us met up at the dining hall. Hina, Kyoko, you, and myself. We waited for the others, but nobody showed up, so we decided to go look for them. It was around 8 o'clock when we began our search, and soon after, we split up. Kyoko disappeared. Oops, I was doing the wrong VA. After that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room on the 3rd floor that quickly came and got you and me. According to Celeste, she was attacked by a suspicious individual and lay unconscious for about an hour. In other words, she was attacked an hour before we found her, meaning just after 7 o'clock. Based on the picture Celeste took, we discovered her attacker was dressed in a strange costume. RJ? Girl, what is the RJ? I'd be trying to think. Oh, it was Robo Justice. It was Robo Justice. And it also became clear this Robo Justice had dragged Hifumi away. After meeting up with Toko and Byakuya, we began searching for the costumed assailant. We found an injured Hifumi in the library on the 3rd floor. We took him down to the nurse's office and on the first door, then resumed our search. But not long after leaving the nurse's office... What's wrong? I saw a shadow, something moving about at the top of the stairs. Based on Celeste's claims, we were back up to the 2nd floor, where we split up and began searching. And right after that, Celeste screamed. This time she had apparently seen the suspect on the 3rd floor. Hearing her screams, we quickly made our way to the 3rd floor. Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down the hallway and disappeared. And then... Huh? What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been... Hifumi, he's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back. At that point, we decided to split up into 2 groups. Celestina and I went to the nurse's office. Meanwhile, you, Byakuya, and Toko pursued the suspect up on the 3rd floor. And then when we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi's corpse, which is also when we heard the body discovery announcement play. I left Celeste and Hina alone and headed back to the 3rd floor to tell the others what had happened.
However...
But at the same time, we had discovered Taka's body in the equipment room, which means Hifumi and Taka's bodies were discovered right around the same time. because I remember hearing the body discovery announcement play right after finding Taka. And that's when I showed up and told you and Byakuya that Hifumi had been killed, right? Then you, me, and Byakuya all headed back to the nurse's office, leaving behind Toko, who had fainted. But as soon as we left the physics lab, then we ran into Celeste, who just arrived to tell us something very unusual. Hifumi's body has disappeared. We hurried back to the nurse's office to discover that his corpse was in fact gone. Then we remembered that he had abandoned the unconscious Toko and rushed back to the equipment room. This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating all this or something? This time, Taka's body had disappeared. So from there, we began our search for both of the missing bodies. And after some time, Celeste told us she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository. And there we discovered the 2 bodies that apparently vanished. Yo, Byakuya is kind of slaying, though, all the time. His, like, demeanor, you know? And that brings us up to now. Looking back, things have certainly been active. If you want to look back at the case again, just let me know. I'm fine anytime. Okay, I think it was Hina and Celeste. I'm putting my bets on it, guys. Trust in the heart of the cards. Trust me. Hold on. Thank you, Stormy. I got carried. It was like the one time that we got past ads, and I was like, oh my god, I can't fuck this up. How are you, Stormy? Stormy, isn't it your birthday tomorrow? Oh, whoa. We literally haven't seen Hiro. Crazy. After ads is so easy, yeah. My friends were just like explaining where to go. And I was like, okay, I will try. It is Stormy. I'm excited for Stormy's birthday. You're doing a special stream, right? Hold up. Guys, please go follow Stormy. They're doing their birthday stream tomorrow. Stormy's been streaming every day too, very consistently, and doing Dark Souls shenanigans. And raid stuff. And DBD, period. Nothing over here. This week, we killed it before towers even. Oh my gosh. Wait, that's so nice. That's so slay. That's so slay. Let me talk to you, girly pop.
So,
Hey, Makoto, I've been thinking about something. It's about the repository. Huh? What is it? After Hifumi and Taka's bodies disappeared, we split up to look around, right? I was really scared, so me and Sakura stuck together. And we came right to the repository, you know, look around. But when we got here, the repository was locked. We couldn't get inside. It was locked. And when we came here as soon as the search started, so there's no way someone could have beat us here. So if that's true, then who locked it and why is it locked now? I wonder the same thing. The door was locked when the search for the bodies began, and now it's wide open. There might be some secret lurking in there, but I'll probably have to leave this area to figure it out. Actually, speaking of Souls game, I need to DM you and Whippin about something. Oh my gosh. I do love Souls games. Okay, I've only played Elden Ring, but still. You know the new DLC is coming out next month. It's got that spicy multiplayer. Hifumi's big, cold body is laying on the floor. His really big body. I mean, how on earth was the killer able to move someone so big? Goddamn, be nice. From the nurse's office, where he was discovered, to the repository. All the way from the first floor to the third, and all without anyone noticing it? How the hell? It's true. That was fast. It's no good, I just don't get it. I can think about it later. For now, I have to finish investigating Hifumi myself. If I remember correctly, Hifumi's fatal injury was a blow to the head. Probably from Justice Hammer 3, which was lying on the floor in the nurse's office. Huh? Wait, something's off about his body. Why am I getting this feeling? Something's different. something about Hifumi's body in the nurse's office versus his body right now. That's it. His glasses. I mean, when his body was in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. Oh, but now they're completely clean. Does that mean someone wiped his glasses off? But who would do that and why? Yo, sussy. Hello, Hifumi. Yo, yes, Stormy. I just looked, and it's a yes. Because I wanted people to play with. Taka, he'll never move again. According to the Monokuma file, Taka died from a blow to the head. We found Justice Hammer 4 near his body in the equipment room. Is that what was used to kill him? And there's a tarp laid out under his body. Did the killer use this to move Taka's body? That way, there wouldn't be any blood left behind while the body was moved. Yeah, I'm so down. That sounds so slay, TBH. Miyakawa, do you think Kido really did it? I don't see how anyone could think otherwise. When the attacks and murders and disappearances all happened, every one of us had an alibi. The last thing Hifumi said when he died. Yeah, he said Hiro's name.
In other words...
And there's no room to suspect anyone else. Okay, but if he did do it, why would he hide his identity with that weird costume? Maybe he thought that no matter what happened, he'd be safe as long as his face was covered. Because he's the fool of the century, you see. I mean, he is kind of dumb, but do you really think that's enough to explain it? I think there's a clue hiding in there somewhere. And is that it? That's all that bothers you about the case? Well, no, there are a few other things. Like, why did the killer try to hide the bodies? He probably figured that if we couldn't find the bodies, we couldn't complete our investigation. But if that's the case, we found the bodies pretty easily, didn't we? Again, it comes back to the fact the culprit was a moron. Is that really all there is to it? The other thing that bothers me is, why'd they bother killing two people? What? Because all the rule says is, if you can kill someone and get away with it, you graduate, right? So if you're the killer, your number one priority is not getting caught. But killing two people means more clues, more chances you'll get found out. Hold on. Perhaps I see. So that's what that means. Is everything okay?
That's enough.
Don't talk to me as if we're friends. Goddamn, huh? What's the attitude? But you have my appreciation. Thanks to you, I might have some fun with this after all. His mysterious words hung in the air as he left the repository. He talked as if he'd figured something out. But if he did, would it have killed him to tell me what it was? Do you think... Guys! Do you think there's two killers? Can't believe Sugar Riot killed them and even left pink paint on them. I'm sobbing. I can't. The roller. It's Dolly. It doesn't have a handle. I saw this in the art room before. I guess it's used to move statues around. It's kind of awkward, but if you bend down, it's not too hard to use. Huh? Oh, wait. Wasn't this in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? And look at the wheel. There's blood stains on it. So there's blood on the wheel of the dolly that was moved from the equipment room to the repository. What's the explanation for that? They had to put the body on the dolly to get him around. Obviously. Thanks so much for the follow. Welcome in. I hope they're having a good Saturday. Try asking the penguin Teletubby on the wall, girl. Girl, do not. Okay, I'm out of here, girls. But it can only be locked from inside the repository. I don't see any way to lock it from the art room. The door can only be locked from inside the repository, which makes me wonder. Hina and Sakura confirmed that the door was locked after we started looking for the missing bodies, and the door's designed so it could only be locked from inside the repository. In other words, when Hina checked it, someone had already gone in the repository and locked the door. When they were done, they unlocked it and left, which is why it's unlocked now. But Hina claims that there's no way someone could have beaten them to the repository, so that's certain someone. There's gotta be a clue around here somewhere. Maybe I should check somewhere else. There are some places I already know about. First the nurse's office where Hifumi was found, then the equipment room where Taka was found. Yep, let's go check. Bum, 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 bum. Also, hi, Super Duper on YouTube. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, that's so valid. The lockdown in 2020. Playing this game? Oh my god. I can only imagine. Yes, leave this area. Actually, though, playing this game during the lockdown would freak me out so bad. Okay, hold up. Where am I going? Don't get lost. Don't get lost. Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum. Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum. My goal for this week is to find a way to like mix the YouTube and Twitch chats. Okay. Okay, let's actually go in this room though first. My guess is that most of the clues are in this room. Girl, I loved
I was sleeping right here when the killer carried the body away. I'm super pissed. I missed such an ultimately rare event.
Girl, valid, real.
Huh? This is tarp. Oh, this is the tarp that his body was on. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before, and recently too.
What we have, girl?
There's some kind of tire mark going through the pool of blood in the middle of the room. That reminds me about the dolly in the repository. There was blood on its tire. Could that blood have come from here?
Girl.
Which could mean that Taka's body was moved from the equipment room to the repository using only the dolly. Both rooms are on the 3rd floor, so that definitely could have been possible.
Nice.
But even if the dolly was used to move Taka's body, what about Hifumi? Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office on the 1st floor. Even with the dolly, there's no way to get it up on the 2nd floor. That's still a total mystery. Just as Hammer 4, the weapon that was used to kill Taka. The body was moved, but the murder weapon was just left here.
Well, okay, so one of the hammers in there is one that was used. Because it was all cleaned off. I mean, why else would it be cleaned off, respectfully? Is that it? That's all that's in here? And the camera. Okay. Nodders. What that tongue? Not this. Not this. Her tongue do be so long, though.
A huge machine like this, could it really just be an air purifier? That just seems silly.
I'm crying. She obviously has some kind of purpose. I don't know anything about physics, so I wouldn't have a clue to begin. Okay. We looked at most of this already. Yeah. What is up there? Oh, it's the camera. We already looked at that. Okay. Okay, I'm outie. No, I went the wrong way again. Yo, guys. Direction is not my strong suit, but it's fine. We're chilling. Okay, wait. 2nd floor. 1st floor. I can read a map, I promise. Okay. I love how the nurses... Why does the nurses' room have little hearts on it? It's so cute, but like random. Why is the nurses' room cutie? Hey, Celeste. Girl, I know that you did it. I know it.
What are you investigating, Celeste? I'm not investigating anything, precisely speaking. I'm simply going around seeing if Hiro might be hiding somewhere. What about you? Oh, you know, I'm just checking this and that. The main thing on my mind is how someone could have moved Hifumi's body.
Let's see.
How Hifumi was moved. There. When it disappeared, you were supposed to be in the nurse's office, right?
Yes, indeed.
Correct. Hina was not feeling well, so I stayed behind to look after her.
Oops, I did the wrong VA. Oh well.
But she seemed to be getting worse, so I took her to the bathroom. And when you got back, the body was gone? We could not have been gone for more than a minute or so, though. Yeah, Hina said the same thing. Okay, then. So then the killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in that short amount of time? It would seem so. To carry off someone as big as Hifumi in only a couple minutes is... I can't think of it as anything less than impossible. Poor Hifumi.
Okay. Hifumi definitely got up and walked on his own. 100%. because that's why the glasses were clean. Just as Hammer 3, the one that was used to kill Hifumi. Someone moved the body but left the weapon behind? That's what I'm saying. It's just a normal trash can. Huh? Wait, there's something inside. It's too small. It's a glasses cleaning cloth? And it's got some kind of cartoon character. It's Hifumi's favorite cartoon character. Ugh, associate covered in blood. Oh, did you find something? Yeah, there was a cleaning cloth in the trash can. A cleaning cloth? And it's all bloody. Whoever this belonged to must have used it to wipe up some blood. But who would need something to do that? I haven't the slightest idea. Yeah, me neither, but I think it might be important. Yep. No, he 100% got up. He used that, tossed it, and then walked. Girl, he moved fast, though. He moved fast. The refrigerator. I wonder if there's anything inside. After they've been there, I'm totally parched. Maybe just a quick peek. There's a bunch of blood packets. Oh, not a bunch of blood packets. Yeah. So, this is where you were. I've been looking for you. You have? I want to thank you for what you did. Not that you meant to, but you ended up making this little game of ours very interesting indeed. You should go to Hiro's room. Owen, let me give you this. Meet in the dining hall. This is the note Hiro wrote to get us all to meet up, right? You remember? Well, the penmanship is pretty remarkable, so it left an impression.
It's all clear now.
Anyway, this makes it clear, right? This is a trap. What is? Things grow even more exciting. What are you talking about? You already repaid my debt. I don't owe you any more explanation. Goodbye. Carl. He's so weird. So he said to go to Hiro's room, but what's waiting for me there? Girl, he's dead. He's dead. Bet your bottom dollar that he's so dead. Yes, he is. Bro, I'm still emo over Junko. The door is unlocked. I guess I could go inside. Yakuwa did say to go look. It might not be a great idea, but I'm gonna take the plunge. Oh, he's not dead. This is Hiro's room. There's all kinds of weird stuff in here. Where do you even get it all from? More importantly, he still hasn't turned up, which means he can't really complain if I don't get permission to search his room, right? Girl, I'm crying. Permission to tear the room apart? I think there's something in the cardboard box. It's blueprints for something, and some things made out of, it looks like cardboard, plastic, and plaster? Is this Robo Justice? And it's in Hiro's room? But wait, these blueprints. Something about them bothers me. It, again, feels really random to, like, have him be the culprit. I don't know. It's a normal bed, pretty much like the one in my room. There's nothing in here. It's pretty grungy, though. How does a bathroom even get this dirty? Yeah. Oh, girl. Makoto, big news, big news. What's wrong? We found Kyoko. What? Is she okay? Where is she? Wait, I wasn't done. There's more big news. Robo Justice showed up too. Robo Justice? It's Hiro wearing the costume. Anyway, as soon as he can, head to the pool on the 3rd floor. I think Hiro and Kyoko would turn up at the same time. Anyway, I have to head to the pool. I ran off to the 2nd floor as fast as I could. Hi, Cardigan, how are you? Hey, Robo. Kyoko and... Phew, man, I have had the worst day. Hiro? Hey. The music's getting bussin'. Hiro?
Oh, hey, Makoto.
Yeah, duh. Who else would it be? That's a good question. Huh? What? Why do I look like this? What? Did someone come along and remodel me while I was sleeping? Was it the Illuminati? Okay.
Right.
I found Hiro. He was jammed into the pool room locker. Looked like he was fast asleep, so I kicked him and he woke up.
Don't be mean.
I still can't believe you kicked me. You could have been a little more gentle about it. Like, dunno, caress my face or something? That's creepy. Anyway, Kyoko, where have you been all this time? Or sorry, this is Makoto. You just disappeared all of a sudden without a...
Well.
There was something I had to check up on. What do you mean? Never mind. I can't. Never mind.
nothing.
Never mind.
Hey,
More importantly, she says that, but how does she have any idea? Does she know people think she might be spying for the mastermind? First of all, Hiro, you need to explain to us why you're dressed like that.
I mean,
I have no idea. 1 second I was asleep. Don't even know how that happened. Then I woke up and I was here. I don't care. Do something about that costume. It pains me just to look at you. Well,
let me
I don't know
out
what's
of
up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help? Why would you make something that you can't take off yourself?
Not at all wrong.
I didn't make this stupid friggin' thing.
it would seem...
There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. We don't really have a choice. Let's help him. It took everyone's help, but slowly we were able to get Hiro out of the suit. It took a few minutes, but eventually we got all the pieces off. Phew, free at last. Isn't it kind of weird how perfectly the suit fits Hiro?
So then...
More to the point, nobody but Hiro would be able to wear that costume. Wait, what? Hold on a sec.
Honestly.
Don't bother trying to act innocent. The blueprints are in your room as well.
Is that okay?
In other words, it is obvious to everyone that you made the costume. That's true. I saw the blueprints myself. Yeah, me too. Then it's obvious. The one who put this costume on and went around attacking everyone.
terrible.
It was Hiro. Don't mind me. Good luck with the playthrough. Thank you, Cardigan. I appreciate. I'm glad that you're doing good, though. Shall we tie him up and gag him?
Just the worst.
Good idea. We wouldn't want him killing anyone else. To tie me up? Hold on, guys. I think that's going a little
That's right.
far. He may be a suspect, but he deserves fair treatment. Yeah, I mean, attacking blueprints? I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
What the heck?
You can't talk your way out of this. It's been decided. You killed them. What? Killed them? I have no idea what you're talking about. There must be a fake Hiro running around.
Insane.
You're the only one who can wear this costume, so who else could possibly be the costume attacker? How do you know I'm the only one? Maybe you could try it on for yourself before you convict me. Fine. If you're gonna be a jerk about it, I will. Without missing a beat, Hina started putting on the Robo Justice costume.
See? Look. See how loose it is?
Okay, I love how Celeste's hair is way more
Come
blue
on.
in these.
I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me.
And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's not a very nice thing to say.
Oh,
I mean, it's not like I made it. I just got caught up in the moment.
Well, either way, now we know for sure, right? I mean, it seems pretty clear that nobody but Hiro could have fit into this dumb costume.
but the thing is that it had the clasp that he would not have been able to clasp himself. In a huff, Hina took the suit back off. Well, now you're all out of excuses. No, you see, it's because you're a girl. If it was another guy, then... Makoto, go ahead. Okay. Against my will, I picked the pieces up off the floor and tried putting them on. It's no good. The arms are too long. There's no way I
Just
could
a
wear
second.
this. See, I told you it was impossible. You are absolutely right. It seems this costume was made to fit Hiro's body exactly. But then there's another costume. They must have one that looks the same. But it fits them.
Honestly.
If you insist on this line of defense, then show us some evidence.
The heck?
Evidence? You claim there's another suit, yes, then you must find it and show it to us. What the heck?
Just the
Who
worst.
cares? He was the only one without an alibi doing the whole thing anyway.
That's
Which is
terrible.
how we know it was him. I mean, is that really true? I have no idea what's been happening. Could someone, like, tell me? Okay.
Oh,
I certainly did not expect Hiro and Kyoko to turn up at the same time. But where's Kyoko been hiding all this time? I have no idea.
then perhaps...
Perhaps she really is working for the mastermind. What else would explain her questionable behavior? But we're quite protective of her, yes? He's got a mad crush on her. That's because she's helped me out of so much up until now. If I were the mastermind, this is exactly what I would do to earn your trust. It's looking more and more like it really was a setup.
What the heck?
There's no talking your way out of this when you did it and everyone knows it.
What the heck?
If you don't tell me what's going on, how am I supposed to understand? I think I figured out that someone's been killed, right? Hey, Makoto, who was it?
Well, 2 people were killed. Taka and Hifumi.
What? 2 people?
Just the worst.
Why are you freaking out? You did it.
I did not! Wait, hold on. If those 2 are the only ones that
How
killed,
about that?
that's it. I know who did
So
it.
then,
You may as well tell us then.
Taka and Hifumi were fighting over alter ego,
I'm at
right?
least 30% right.
Alter ego and or Chihiro must have done it.
correct.
I see. That's unfortunate.
Huh? Unfortunate?
What the heck?
Stop trying to trick us. Just admit that you did it, okay?
I'm telling you, you got it all wrong.
So then.
I know. That no. Last night, someone slipped a weird note under my door, and here's what it said. I found a hole. Maybe we can use it to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m. Last thing I remember is going to the rec room, and then for some reason I fell asleep.
Hey.
The real killer probably drugged me or
Just
something.
the worst.
Not a chance.
So,
No, hold on.
He could be onto something.
The nurse's office did have chemicals that could do that.
What? Really?
I told you, someone's trying to set me up. A secret passage, a chance to escape. Someone wrote that all to trick me.
Even if it's true, you must be one dumb fish to bite every piece of bait that floats in front of you.
After being trapped here for so long, even if you know it's a lie, you still gotta check, right? Yeah, they preyed on my desire to get out of here. They deceived me.
I still don't buy it.
Don't be mean.
Well, you should buy
Just
it.
a second.
Okay, then show us that note.
With pleasure. I have it right here in, pocket.
No way.
Looks like I lost it.
Yeah, sure.
Please, you gotta believe me. I wouldn't hurt a fly.
As I said before, if you want us to believe you, you must produce evidence. Can you show us the note? I have no particular issue with what you claim, but if you want us to believe you, give us a reason.
Oh, what the heck? For serious? Okay, but now I'm thinking, what if Hifumi killed... What if Hifumi killed and then someone killed Hifumi? Oh, I don't know. Now then, shall we resume our investigation? There's no time to waste before the class trial.
Why do we need to keep investigating? We already know who did it. Why did you kill them? Tell us, Hiro.
No, it's like I said.
The worst.
Was it really to get the money Monokuma offered us? Yeah, that must be it. You must be totally broke, and that's why.
Wait, that's a false accusation. Someone help me.
Oh, hi, Juan. I just saw you over on YouTube. Hi, Juan. Just be thankful we haven't bound and gagged you.
If you have time to yell and carry on, you have time to search for your evidence, right? Super on YouTube, I literally agree with that. I think that he probably is a complete stoner. Hiro has to be a stoner. Feet don't fail me now.
I guess I better get back to guard duty. I was gonna ask Toko or Genocide Jack to switch with me, but if she and Sakura got into a fight, we'd have a catastrophe on our hands. Well, bye.
One by one, everyone peeled
Makoto.
away.
Makoto, do you have a second?
Huh?
I want you to help me with the
it would
investigation.
seem...
It looks like I got a late start at this one, so I need to make up some ground. Sure, I don't mind helping, but can you promise me something? Later, when we have time, will you tell me why you
Why
disappeared?
that?
No. To reject me so simply.
Anyway,
I need your help. You don't mind, do you?
Okay, girl. Makoto is such a simp. Like, are you serious, bro?
shall we go?
Thanks. Now then, shall we?
Hey,
So, Makoto, first I'd like to examine the corpses. Examine the corpses? I can't believe I'm hearing that from a girl the same age as me. Dead bodies don't lie, you know? They tell the truth far more easily than
Hey.
living. Wouldn't you agree? How am I supposed to answer?
anyway...
We have to hurry before the class trial begins again.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, then show me where the bodies are. They're in the repository. I guess we should head that way for now.
She's so funny. Oh my god, oh my god. There we go. Hina is my fave galley, and if she ends up being a baddie, I probably will not cope. Truly, truly. So many beautiful drawings.
Hifumi and Taka. For a moment, Kyoko seemed to go rigid, but only for a moment.
So then...
Well then, let's get started. She crouched down next to Taka and without hesitation began poking and prodding the
I
bodies.
knew it.
The Monokuma file was right. They were killed using similar weapons. Her movements were so smooth. She was so calm.
Seeing how comfortable she was actually made me feel a little more comfortable.
I see.
Makoto, I found something. You did? You remember the wristwatch Taka always wore on his left hand? He did? Are you so oblivious to the people around you? Do you dislike other people that much? No, that's not it. Anyway, you said he had a watch?
So then...
Take a look. It's broken. You can see the hands aren't moving, right? It's most likely broke when he had an encounter with his assailant. And if you notice, the hands are frozen just past 6 o'clock. So that would mean the watch was broken sometime just after 6.
That's right.
But last night, Taka's watch definitely wasn't broken. Hey, you! How long are we gonna keep us waiting? Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared pointedly at his wristwatch. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that? Bedtime for all the little boys and girls!
In other words...
So if it worked at 10 last night, it could have been broken. It couldn't have been broken at 6 p.m. Meaning it must have happened at 6 this morning?
However...
And that's not all. Look at Taka's left hand. It appears you're right. There's something white in there.
Makoto.
Can you try and pry it out?
Because...
Rigor mortis has already set in. Boys are better suited for this kind of manual labor, right? Okay. As much as I didn't want to, I grasped Taka's cold hand. The ice-cold hand was nearly enough to cause my heart to stop beating. After some effort, I was finally able to free the object from his tightly clenched fist. A piece of paper? Was that all he had in his hand? Yeah, that's it. Just a little scrap of paper. Doesn't seem like much of a clue, does it?
Is that right?
I wonder about that. Kyoko turned to Hifumi's
So
body.
then.
Let's check Hifumi's body now. Perhaps he's left us a few clues of his own. Nice! So, did you find anything? I did. More than I expected, to be honest. Look at this. A wad of paper?
That's right.
Hifumi had hidden it on him. Hid it?
Indeed.
He'd stuffed it in his pants, so I can only assume he'd hidden it on purpose, you see? In his pants? Wait, so...
Why is that?
It was just his pants, not like his socks or something. I don't know what that means.
Hey.
Anyway, let's take a look at the paper. Go ahead, Makoto. Open it up. When I think of how it was stuffed down his pants, it's like, it better be important, Hifumi, or I'll never forgive you for this. And it's ripped. It's ripped. A note? I found a hole. Maybe we can use it to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
So...
That sounds very familiar. That's it. The same thing that Hiro said. Then he was telling us the truth.
However...
Although it's not exactly the same, is it? Last night someone slipped a weird note under my door. And here's what it said. I found a hole, maybe we can use it to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m. The time is different. Hiro told us that his note said to meet at 1 a.m. But the note that Hifumi asked him to meet was at 6 a.m.
Is that right?
Hold on, just because Hifumi had the note doesn't mean it was meant for him. Huh?
So...
Part of it's been torn off, right? I think there's likely some meaning there. There's some meaning to part of it being ripped? Could you maybe explain a little more? Think carefully.
Hey.
Why would he have been clutching that scrap of paper so tightly? I have no idea.
So then.
What if it wasn't just a scrap of paper when he was holding it? What if it was something more important? And how would something important like that become a mere scrap of paper? That's what you need to answer.
Hey.
And while we're at it, I should tell you one other thing. The two victims this time definitely had their e-handbooks on them. So the handbooks had nothing to do with how the murders were carried out. Not that there was any reason to think that they were connected to the killings in the first place. So you're saying I don't have to think about handbooks this time, right?
Is that right?
If you didn't have to think about them at all, I wouldn't have gone out of my way to mention it. All I said was that they weren't used to help carry out the murders. There may come a point, however, where a handbook may play a role. A handbook may play a role? I don't think I understand. But if Kyoko thinks it's important, I better keep it in mind. Guys, one second. Guys, sorry. I heard a kid is snoring behind me and I was like, hey girly pop. Hi second, how are you? Ding dong, bang bong.
Are you excited? Are you pumped? It's time for the class trial to begin! Like
I'm not ready.
The burst of fireworks, like the flash of a soul clashing with life and death. And so, with no further ado, everyone please meet at the usual spot.
Meet at the usual spot, girls.
Make your way to the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
It would seem...
It's unfortunate, but I suppose this is where our investigation comes to an end. You'll have to figure out the rest for yourself and come to the proper conclusion. Yeah,
Shall
you're
we
right.
go?
Well, we'd better get going. Okay. Guys, I know what it was. I know that Hifumi killed Taka. Who killed Hifumi, though? That I don't know. Everyone heard Monokuma's proclamation and were gathered at the red door. As soon as we were all there...
Monokuma!
Why, there are two of them!
Hello, hello.
He's multiplied?
Wrong.
Nope, not multiplication. It just looks that way because of an illusion. I'm moving so fast, it only looks like I multiplied. Can you guys tell which one is the real Monokuma?
Can we just get on the elevator already?
Boy,
You're not playing along.
Stop talking.
We're not here to play with you.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
Hey,
Then, if everyone's already here and ready to go, please board the pain train or elevator. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
Okay then, shall we? Hold on, I'm not mentally prepared yet.
What the heck? You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't run away anymore, Hiro. You're going to pay for your sins.
I already told you, I didn't do it for serious. That reminds me, did you ever find the other costume or the note? Well, no, but how unfortunate. Then it would seem we have our culprit.
Hey,
This isn't the place to talk about it. Save your accusations for when we get to the courtroom.
That's right.
Let's get down there first. Then the story can really begin. Yeah, good idea. That's right. I have to do it. I can't let whoever killed Hifumi and Taka get away with it. For everyone who's still alive, and for the two that lost their lives. The one who killed Hifumi and Taka, the one who killed two of our friends. The killer is someone right here. Is it? It wasn't me, you gotta believe me. Hey, Jill.
Yes.
Come on, Big Mac, let's do it.
hey,
The story begins when we get down there. If it appears the culprit has been confirmed, the trial will be over in no time. Are you listening? Wait till we get to the courtroom to begin your arguing.
Just the worst.
Let's hurry up and go so we can make Hiro pay for his crimes.
Damn.
I don't like Monokuma's carefree attitude. But guys, look at how small and tiny the room is becoming. It's crazy. Okay, I hate to do this, but I'm gonna take a break before we jump into this trial because I know it's about to be a crazy time. So, BRB for like 5-10ish minutes and then we solve this trial. But my current guess is that Hifumi killed Taka and then somebody killed Hifumi, but I don't know how. I don't know how it went through, so I guess we'll find out. Okay, BRB peeps. Hello gamers, I is back. Let us do the thing. Let us do the thing. Okay. I hope my theory is correct. I took one last deep breath and exhaled slowly. I began to walk towards the elevator once everyone was aboard. The doors closed on their own, and the steel box began to move. This is it. The clunking of the elevator kept us company as we fell further and further down. There was no going back. Until we settled all this, we couldn't go anywhere. I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. The elevator doors slid open, opening up onto a cool fate. Oh! A new decoration! I kind of love it!
When I see all of you gathered together like this, I realize just how few of you there are left. Your school life is slowly reaching its climax.
Only because of you? Why? Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other?
What? Do you really hate me so much? But I'm cute.
Come on.
Stop goofing around and begin the trial.
Don't rush me. Of course I'm gonna start it. I would never be like, stay tuned for the Action Pass class trial after this commercial break. I'd never hold out on you like that. Okay, let's begin. Get to your assigned seats.
And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly fate, a deadly class trial. Yeah, I'd like to save. Yeah, Monokuma would never do that. Guys, I'm stressed. I like how he said that and we get an ad warning. Look. Yeah. Okay, I did think about that. Look. Girl, I need that bad. Oh. Hey. Oh. Why so bussing? Hey. She literally just did that to us, look. As the ad break starts, I'm screaming, bro.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
Case
If
3.
you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick
I love the music that plays when you do the comic
one,
at the end. Yeah.
then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened.
Yo, we
and
can't
the one that
die.
deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, to begin
We can't fuck this up,
with,
chat.
We already know who did it.
No, we don't, bitch.
It was
Sorry, that
Hiro.
was rude.
He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit. Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
I didn't. Someone knocked me out. I was asleep the whole time. I don't know anything about it.
That's Gojo, right?
Murdering no, murderer.
Who are you
She-
calling a murderer?
She's just trying to stir the
I
pot.
am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprint for the suit.
Yeah, same.
Parts we assume were used to build it, and all of it was found in your room.
I love how they
Lucky.
keep the portraits.
The evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know. I don't know.
Is Hiro really the killer, or before anything else, we have to make that clear. Let's go. The music never has any right to be this good, but it is.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough
Are
that
they?
you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff. It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
No, just hold on a second.
I mean, looking at the blueprints, that handwriting is awful messy. If I remember right, Hiro's handwriting is...
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are
Don't
all
miss.
proof enough
Oh,
that you
girl.
are the culprit.
I don't know anything about
Oops,
that
how do I make it
stuff.
go faster? Is it shift?
It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
Hero, why?
That's not what I wanted.
Why did you kill
Fine.
them?
No! Just hold on a
Oh,
second!
control. This should be whatever the like normal difficulty is. I didn't do hard and I didn't do easy.
Everything we found in your the blueprints, the suit parts, they are...
There we go.
No, it's wrong.
Objection!
Are we sure Hero really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hero wrote.
True.
Asking
That's some
everyone
nice-ass
to meet up
handwriting
after
shit.
Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
True.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
True.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
I mean,
Come on.
yeah.
I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my
True.
handwriting anyway.
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hero's the culprit?
And he is not the only one. I think Hero is innocent as well.
He's stirring the
Who
pot.
was in that Robo Justice suit? Is it like Hero said?
No, Hiro was in the
Was
Robo
there
Justice
really
suit.
someone running around in a second suit?
They just
The suspicious individual hidden
Definitely-
within the suit.
definitely Hifumi was like pretending, like with the photos. And
Go
everything.
ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
And of course, he passes it off to me.
Who was in the Robo Justice suit?
It was Hiro.
Other than Hero, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit. And we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hero is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any
I
sense.
love how Byakuya is
You
just
said
trying to
Hero
stir
didn't
the
do it.
pot, you know?
It makes perfect sense. Hero was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
So what you're saying
Good luck,
is...
Kojo. I hope you guys get the clear. You got this, you got this. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo Justice suit.
What?
Yeah.
Now that's a bold assumption. And
Well, it's
what reason
true.
do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Of course. But before we get to that, there's
Okay.
something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around.
All things have a proper order.
Oh,
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body. It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
things, okay. The dolly? Yeah.
I got it!
It was the dolly and the tarp. There's still one more thing.
I got it!
Yo, we're
They were
cooking this class
a
trial.
dolly and a tarp, right? So... Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room. And then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we
Yeah.
found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right?
Yeah.
It was the same tarp that up until then was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Yeah.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing.
There was blood on the dolly wheel.
I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there.
You know what? Makoto's specialty is he's
But
actually a
when the body
detective.
disappeared, so did the dolly.
That's his professional.
Later, when
His
Taka's
professional
body
thing.
reappeared in the repository,
Yes.
so did the dolly.
Nodders. They said I ain't moving all that
In
bag.
other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body. Am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Yes.
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body?
Don't gaslight me.
The dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along and you simply didn't realize it?
No,
She's
don't
raised an
gaslight
objection.
me.
How do you respond?
There is no shame in being wrong.
I ain't wrong,
Nobody
girly poop.
expects
Hi,
much from
Sumi.
you anyway. We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around
Why
you.
is she coming for me? Wow, I've never had anyone sound so nice or being so mean. maybe I could change your mind. If I can just explain to them why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository. Yeah, I should probably hear about this. Reloading. Starting with the next bullet time battle. We're gonna add one more ingredient. Can we stop adding ingredients, respectfully? On the bottom of the screen underneath the tempo marker, you'll see an ammo count. But till now, there really hasn't been a limit on how many you destroy your opponent's statements. But from now on, just locking on and pressing the left mouse button won't be enough to handle them. Now it'll cost you 1 bullet to destroy a single remark. Once you run out of bullets, you can't destroy any more statements, no matter how locked in you are. However, you can reload by pressing the tab key. Just like locking on, you'll have to press the tab key in time with the tempo marker. Basically, just remember that the tab key now has functions along with the R and L. Oh my god. I'm about to get cooked. Literally, this is my worst.
You had it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere.
How do I shoot them again?
Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You had it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So
I never remember how to do this. Hold on. L-ship to me. Happy 37 months. Insane. Thank you, thank you. Thanks for using your Prime too. I appreciate it. Thank you. Lock on is the right mouse button and then to shoot. Okay.
Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. You miserable wretch. You miserable
Girl,
wretch.
I'm on a journey.
You had it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch.
Yo! Bro!
I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. I cannot agree.
This should prove it.
This minigame can be so rough. I think it's only rough like with the PC
If you're
stuff.
asking for proof that the dolly moved,
I'm like, I should just use
I
a
have it right
controller.
here.
But there's
When I found
I
the
can't
dolly
switch
in the
now.
repository, one
I
of
just
the
forget the
wheels had a
controls every
blood
time.
stain on it.
3 years or 1 month, that's crazy. I know.
There was a pool of blood in the equipment room
I'm
with
very
the tire
grateful.
markings that matched the dolly wheel's trail. The killer probably rolled the dolly through
How has
the
your
blood
weekend
on
been to me?
accident. As the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So
Yeah.
there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
There you go, Makoto slaying. Jeez, does Celeste really hate
Well,
me that
anyway,
much?
that was just something we had to get out of the way.
Well, it was
Let's
stressful,
get back to the
okay?
main subject.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
I'm not
Just a
sure
robot,
that really
girl.
matters.
Yeah, I think it
I'd
just
be happy
exists.
to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
If I look back at how the body was moved, it'll be clear why the person in the suit couldn't have done it. What does he mean by that? Because you can't bend at the waist. Yeah, bro, we're cooking this time. Oh my gosh.
As you know, Taka was killed in the equipment room. And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
Yo, shoot it. There you go.
No, that's wrong.
Pretty good spot that I hang out with my sister. Ayo, I'm glad it was good. I hope you guys have fun.
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low.
Yeah, but
But if you were wearing that suit, Do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
Nope, because we confirmed you can't bend at the
Think
waist.
back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
I remember.
I'm as blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me.
And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist.
Yup.
Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It
Okay,
seems
girly
like
poo.
it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
What? That would take
When you
so
can't even
long.
see your feet? You really think someone
She
could
just-
kick the dolly all that way?
She just spouting stuff. She just spouting stuff. Hi, Shin. How are you?
It'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure
I
myself.
hope that you're doing
On
good.
top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
There's absolutely no chance that the costume is taken off to move the body because
I got it!
you can't take it off by yourself. The
I
clasp.
don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember,
Had the little clasp. I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help? Why would you make something you can't take off yourself? I didn't make this stupid friggin' thing. There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. We don't really have a choice. Let's help him.
That's
I'm glad you're
true.
doing good.
It seems
I am ready to
impossible
solve
put the
this
suit
mortar.
on
I
or take it off without help.
I want to know if my theory is correct because I have a big one.
Then
I'm feeling good about this
you
case
really
for
can't take it
once.
off by yourself?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
he
Kim
could have gotten
Curry.
it off by himself. I don't think he would
I think
have let
people
us see
really
him wearing
underestimate
it.
how smart this man is,
Showing
respectfully.
up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So, it's really, really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
Yep.
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hero in the robot suit, correct?
Sorry, I
No,
did not mean
wait.
to hit the mic.
Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took? You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by
Oh,
Robo
yeah.
Justice? If
Who was
whoever
it?
was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that?
Who took the photo?
Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
Yo, is it Celeste is also the bad guy? How did you get hurt?
That guy hit me.
What guy?
Robo Justice, or that's what I decided to call him just now.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question. The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hero, without a doubt.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gotta be right.
I don't know,
Hold on a
guys.
second.
Does nobody else just suspect when something's so easy to solve?
It's
You know what I
still far
mean?
too early to reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it before we rush to a verdict. Shouldn't we explore every single possibility?
Yes.
Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth
I
is
love
uncovered by
Kyoko so
analyzing
much.
things from
My
every
fave
angle.
Galligu.
Perhaps. But where
Stan
do we
her.
go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the
The
beginning.
series of unfortunate events.
Maybe we'll uncover something new.
What a pain in the ass!
Girl Jill.
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
All right then. Let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up. That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
But we know that Taka died at 6.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo Justice.
Robo
It also
Justice.
soon became clear that this same Robo Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
You know how he got all that blood on him? He sprayed it on him. Remember there were the bottles of blood in the fridge?
I saw a shadow, something moving around at the top of the stairs.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor.
Imagine Robo Justice with the take a
soon
shot
after
rules.
that-
I'm crying.
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone
Can't
as
believe
soon
Brave
as I
Justice
did.
is in this game. Stop. He was actually flying around. Forward and back.
Celeste, what's wrong?
That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costumed man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
And then,
Huh? But what was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been... Hifumi, he's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
at that point, we decided to divide up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi dead, and that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time, because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
Okay.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the 3 of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising.
What'd she tell us again? Hifumi's body has disappeared.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
Okay, and then he was gone. This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating all this or something?
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time...
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is
She
where we
looks sassy,
rediscovered
guys.
the corpses.
I think that about covers it.
I see.
Big
The
yokes,
whole thing
big
sounds
yikes.
exceptionally complicated. It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Yo, let me
Rather
just
than a
type it
single
out,
series of
guys. Just
events,
type it out.
I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation.
Yup.
And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
Okay. The contradictions hidden what happened to Taka. In order to uncover the truth of this case, I have to find them, no matter what. Okay, he died at 6 p.m. I know, the music is so busting during every try. I love it so much.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last
What makes you say that?
because of the numbering of the justice hammers.
Fuck, guys. Shoot. God damn it.
So,
This ain't looking
regarding
good for me.
Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last
What makes you say that?
because of the numbering of the justice hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
We're numbered, but were they really used in that order?
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi.
Yeah,
Or perhaps it was after?
before.
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last
Oh wait, no.
What makes you say that?
because of the numbering of the justice.
It's true that he flew while Taka's death.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
So,
I wonder if, or perhaps it was after. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last
Fuck.
What makes you say
because of the
Fudge.
numbering.
It's
I
true
was trying to
that
say
he flew while
fucking fudge
Taka's
at the
death.
same time.
So it's obvious Taka came
It
after.
came up.
So, I wonder if he, or perhaps
Okay.
it was after. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last
What makes you say that?
because of the numbering of the justice hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death
Came from a switch.
See? So it's obvious Taka came.
Okay, wait.
So, I wonder if he, or perhaps it was after. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last
What makes you say
because of the number.
It's true that he flew while Taka's death came.
See?
Guys, I'm not
So
doing
it's
well.
obvious Taka
Fuck
came
it.
after. So, I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed in.
Fuck! Shoot! Shoot! No, we're dead. Yo! Give me a restart. Give me a restart, girls, please. Trust, trust, trust. Might be, might be.
Is this...
Yeah, I'd like to give it another shot.
to give up yet.
I refuse. I refuse. Okay.
So, I wonder if he, or perhaps it was after. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last
What makes you say that?
because of the numbering of the justice hammers.
Okay.
No, it's wrong. Hold on.
Hey, yo, my
There's no
D.
reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers. If
True.
anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
So you're
First
saying
try,
the
baby.
culprit
First
wanted us
try.
to think the hammers were used
No
in
mistakes.
order,
No mistakes.
but in reality, Taka was killed before he... Okay then, let's see the proof.
Evidence that proves Taka was killed before Hifumi. There's something that relates to what time he must have died.
I already know this, girls. Fuck, not this game. Well, it has to be in the order? Might be. Period.
Now I understand.
Thanks so much for the stream streak, Stormy. I appreciate it. Same.
I've got it. Taka's wristwatch.
I want to get the album on Spotify
See?
to listen
Look,
for the
it
mornings
broke
that I
with the
need
hands
to
pointing just
get
past
up and
6
move
o'clock.
in.
it must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer.
Honestly, any game that
Because
just has
as of
like
last
amazing like music, I'm a sucker for.
Pierced through the air as he stared pointedly at his wristwatch. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that. A bedtime for all the little boys and girls.
So if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around
Kyoko
6
knew that
this
though.
morning.
Kyoko
And
knows
that would be his
everything.
official time of death.
She probably is like one of the mastermind's
If that's
assistants,
true,
TBH,
then he
but
was killed well before Hifumi.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
period.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size.
They were
That
so
way,
smart.
When we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window.
Yep.
Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder, but all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
Theoretically. Are we? Huh?
Well, what was that?
That came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
When we heard Hifumi
Super
screaming, we were all
Callie!
together.
Hello,
Except for
hello,
Hiro and
welcome
Kyoko.
in. How are you? Oh my gosh, how have you been, Super? Danganronpa. Yo, I am loving this game so much.
Then we all ran down to the nurse's office, and that's where we found his body.
Also, welcome in everybody from Super Callie Stream. If you don't know who I am, I'm Sherb. I am a catgirl VTuber and a singer at the Starlight Lounge. I mostly play Final Fantasy XIV. I'm really into endgame content and raid content, but I sometimes like to do a little bit of variety. We're playing through Danganronpa at the moment. It's my first playthrough ever. I've never played a Danganronpa game or watched the anime, so I'm very excited. And I'm also currently playing through Baldur's Gate 3. I'm doing a collab playthrough, so yeah. I hope you enjoy your time here, and thanks so much for coming with the raid. This is one of my fave series. I've heard such good things about this game. That's why I was like, I have to play it. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. I hope he was doing well. I can't believe you're playing this for the first time. I know. I've been sleeping on it. Like, literally for so long. Hi, Molly. Welcome in. How was Marvel? How was Spider-Man? Spider-Man. How was it? Hopefully it was good. Peace on my channel. Please go follow Super Callie. I've known Super Callie since I, like, first started streaming. They were also a Kingdom Hearts fan, just like me back in the day. I don't know how much you stand Kingdom Hearts now. I'm still copium for Kingdom Hearts 4, but they're super cool. They do a lot of variety on their variety content on their channel, and they're just like a really chill, happy place to like hang out at. Please check them out.
We're all in the clear.
Spider-Man 2 is so good. I feel like all the Spider-Man games are so slay. Kingdom Hearts will always be my #1 favorite game. Same. Forever and always gonna love that little girly pop.
Oh, I know.
This game is everything. I'm really enjoying it. I like.
Then played it later
Okay,
on.
what are they called? Visual novel. Okay, it feels kind of visual novel-ish.
If that's true, where's the tape?
But you actually have to do some activities. I don't know. I don't know if that's the right name for it, but I love this style of game so much. Can Jill keep her tongue in her mouth? Yo, I stand Jill so much.
Don't just go making stuff
She's
up.
so crazy.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream.
She's so Venom
Since
core.
all of us were there together,
Girl, not Venom
clearly
core.
none of us could have killed him.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment
It's Celeste.
room.
I know it's Celeste.
And then
I know it's
there's
Celeste
the
and Hifumi.
disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time,
Betting all my coffees
we were all
on
gathered
this.
together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Also, Super Callie, if you need to do any post-stream stuff, please feel free to go take care of yourself and all of that fun jazz. I just appreciate you bringing your community over, addressing your community over here. Very
Then what if
appreciated.
Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then.
True.
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body.
Guys, my acrylics are falling off. This is actually heartbreaking.
Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
In other words,
I love how she'd
it
just
is
be honest.
impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi, or on the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared. So they most certainly could have done those things.
Yeah, Nora, I know. I need to get them done.
So what now, Kyoko?
But the person that did my nails made it so that my nails are so healthy underneath that, like, when I get my new nails, we'll be Gucci.
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
I just hate paying for
That's true.
getting my
We
nails done.
searched everywhere.
Gambit, thanks so
but
much
we
for
couldn't
checking
figure
in.
out how, and
Welcome
according
in.
to what Celeste said,
How long have you had them? Since I went on my trip with Kata, so, oh my gosh, how many weeks has that been? 1, 2, this is my 3rd week. This is about the time that you get new ones. I try to last 4 weeks if possible. It's gonna be 4 weeks until I can get an appointment, so.
his body
Dude,
apparently
Expedition 33 has me
disappeared in
crying
one
in the
minute
club.
her and
Is
Hina
it
took
good?
their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
Oh,
It's
man,
so
yeah.
good.
There's no way. It'd be impossible.
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
Bro, I want to play it so bad. It's so good. It's so good, but so sad. After I finish Danganronpa, we are definitely going to go do Expedition 33 because I keep hearing such good things about it.
If the dead body were to move itself.
Period. I told you. I told you.
The dead body moved on its own?
It's on Game Pass? No, don't tell me that.
Not another. Ghost!
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
Oh, for sure.
Alive?
I told
Are
you,
saying
girls.
Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
I'm crying.
It isn't possible.
The idea that Hifumi was still alive. Is it really possible? Just need my backlog to be a little smaller first. Feel that felt. No better way to make me interested in games. Just telling me it's sad. Valid.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. Because Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why.
Are we really? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
I'm sure the body discovery announcement was only made once. But Hifumi and Taka's bodies were discovered at almost exactly the same time.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement. Are we real? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovered.
Are you saying that when we first, there's a chance he was...
No. If Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body discovery announcement. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Fuck! Okay, my bad, girl.
Are you saying that when we first, there's a chance he...
No. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body Hifumi's dead, and that is what.
Are we really? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Okay, guys. Shoot!
Are you saying that when we first found, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. It is Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body discovered. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is what.
Are we really? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome in. Shoot! I even clocked one of the main story points. You don't find out till Act 3 in the first 2 hours, and the game still surprised me at every turn.
Are you saying that when we first found
Hifumi in the there's a chance he... No. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body Hifumi's dead, and that is... Are we real? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
I'm sure the body discovery announcement was only made once.
Are you saying that when we first found him, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body Hifumi's dead, and that is... Are we real? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
Oh, fuck.
No. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body Hifumi's dead.
Oh, good. Hi, Wispy.
Are we real? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's...
How was Blueprints?
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No!
It is impossible. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body
So
Hifumi's
tired, my
dead,
brain
and
is
that
dead.
Are we real? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's
I'm losing my
discovery.
mind because I know for this
Are
one.
you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. It is Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body discovery, and Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Fuck, guys. Soon finishing Nor, but I did make big prog. Okay, period.
Are you saying that when we first found
Oh my god, I did
Hifumi,
not mean
there's
to
a
do that.
chance he was
Oh
actually
fuck.
Hifumi was dead, and you know that shortly.
I'm
you
glad
heard
it was
the body
good.
of Hifumi's dead, and
Okay,
that
but
is
puzzle
a
games can be
maybe
so
the announcement
exhausting
was
though at
intended
the
to signal
end.
someone else's
Sorry, understand.
Are you saying that when we first found him, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
Give it to me!
No. Hifumi was dead, and you know that.
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement.
Are we really maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery?
Sorry guys, I broke her because I literally just went all the way back in my seat. Well, we fucking lost, bro. Yeah. This is embarrassing. Yeah, let's try again. I refuse. I refuse. Okay.
Are you saying that when we first found
Hifumi, and then there's a chance you... No. It is Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Shortly, you heard the body discovered.
Hifumi's dead body had been found.
And that is why the...
Are we real? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
Fuck.
No. It is Hifumi was dead. Without a doubt.
And you know that.
Shortly, you heard the body discovered. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that
is why the... Are we real? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
Shoot.
Are you saying that when we first... There's a
Guys,
chance... No.
I've tried every possible. I'm like, actually,
the body, the Hifumi's dead body had been...
And that is... Are we really...
Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first... There's a chance you... No. Hifumi was dead,
and you know that.
Shortly, you heard the body discovery announcement. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Yes!
No,
finally! 500 years later. I got it.
Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered
I did not realize that I could store them, like ones at the end for the next,
but
for
that
when
was
they
also
repeat
the
it.
same time that
So good to
Taka's
know.
body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
Yep.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have been 2 announcements.
Yeah.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into
Monokuma would
one.
never.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
3 or more.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy
can't.
bum.
No, actually, that was plenty. He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time.
For the
Which
first
means,
time in forever.
Even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If
Oh, and he
that's
made the
true, then
announcement.
why was the announcement made again later
Yeah.
on?
Huh? Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
Announcement? The first time it played is when we found each other in the nurse's office in the equipment room. And the second time was when... Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. I hope you're having a good Saturday or Sunday. Hey. Shoot. Shoot. Yo, what?
I got it!
Okay. I was like,
We
I
heard
felt like
it a
that wasn't
second
right,
time
but I
in
guess
the
it was.
repository when we rediscovered the 2 bodies.
Ding dong, bing bong.
It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly.
But he came back
if
to
we
life.
Were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
And in reality, when the two dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
So
But he
when we
kind of
found
wasn't
Hifumi
dead.
the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
And that's just part of it. There's one
Okay.
other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
Yeah.
Oh, I know, because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
Girl.
That is the worst logic I have ever heard. But honestly, I do not think there's anything
There
that can
is.
prove he was still alive.
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body.
Because
Then it should
it was
become clear whether
the
he was really alive or not.
the
This
little
whole thing is
rag.
pointless.
There has to be proof that Yoshifumi was still alive. I have to find it and show everyone. Yep, his glasses, period.
Well, here's one thing. The first time we found him, and then his body disappeared.
And the next time it was in the
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
There was
Was he really
Of course not. It is impossible.
a noticeable difference,
well, here's
really,
one
Poop.
thing. The
His
first time we
glasses.
found him, and then his body
And the next time it was in
But when you compare his body before being
Other than the change in how it was positioned,
Oh wait, fuck. Wait, I thought that was it. Hold on. Was that not
here's one
it?
thing.
Hold on.
The first time we found him, and then his body
and the next time it was in
But when you compare his body other than the change, there was no
notable difference.
There we go. There we go. There we go. Get it. Okay, never mind.
Of course not. It is impossible. Well, here's one thing. The first time we found him, and then his body
and the next time it was in
But when you compare his body other than the change, there was no
notable difference.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
I just can't make the shot.
In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
Oh yeah, sure, girly Poop.
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood.
Okay, but why was he willing to like
But when
pour
we found
blood
him
on
again later
himself?
in the
You know what I mean?
repository,
Like why?
They were spotless. And I found the items he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can.
The trash can was that one. Present key item. I
It was
got
a
it.
glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the blood
His
stain on the
favorite
cloth
girly
should
pop,
make
I
things
think.
clear.
Right?
This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean, and the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the
Yeah.
digital camera. Right. And whose digital camera was
Because
it?
he had that rare digital
Hifumi's,
camera.
of course.
The character was Princess Piggles.
Not Princess Piggles.
Some demon angel, pretty pudgy princess, I think.
I highly doubt anyone
Piggles,
but
Princess
Hifumi would
Piggles.
have brought something like this to school.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are
I wouldn't be caught dead using a
Okay, I
tacky piece of
can't.
garbage
It was
like
actually
that.
Byakuya's.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. It belongs
Okay,
to
I
Hifumi.
can't lie. I'm one of those insane. Well, I don't want to say insane, but like unhinged individuals that cleans their
So what you're
glasses
saying
using
is-
my shirt.
What exactly?
I know it's like the
What
worst
I'm
thing to do,
saying
but I
is,
can't help it.
The blood on his glasses
My
was
favorite
wiped
in this
away
game-
using his own glasses cleaning
Okay.
cloth.
I low-key am liking a
Even if that is
bunch.
true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off
My
himself.
fave is okay. Yaoi. It's not Yaoi, but we call her Yaoi. Hiro. Or not Hiro. Hina. I actually low-key love Jill. Kyoko, I just stan. And then, Byakuya is becoming a fave. I cannot lie. Cleaning with your shirt is better than not cleaning at all. Yes, but I've only ever heard from people that it's like disgusting to do that.
But who would benefit from
Everyone I know was like, oh, I would
glasses
never clean my
other than the
glasses with my
glasses
shirt.
owner?
I'm like, okay, girls.
That's a good point.
And it must have been him.
That'd be so fucking funny.
So let's assume that Hifumi was
Jill
still
is
alive in the nurse's
she's
office.
so funny and crazy.
He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task
I've
of
never
moving
owned a
his
cloth.
copious
I've never
corpse
kept a cloth in my bag to
becomes
clean my
possible,
glasses.
wouldn't you say?
Okay, JK, I did when I was in elementary school when I got my glasses for the first
But
time.
then,
Because
if
everyone
he was
said
just
never clean it with your shirt
pretending
because
to be
that's
dead.
just go stand and it will ruin your glasses. And I was like, okay. And then after 1 year, I never listened to that again.
what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
The fridge in the nurse's
I need to get new
office
glasses
contains
so
packs
bad.
of
I love the whole
blood for
Cassins game.
emergencies.
Yeah, they're all
He
becoming a
probably
fave
used
in
one
like
of
a
those.
different way, which is what I love.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out. So he just dumped it everywhere.
Okay.
But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done. God, what an idiot.
And if
Her with her
Hifumi
little
was still
scissors.
alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
The one who moved Taka's body was Hifumi.
God! It could only have been Hifumi.
Sorry. Phone was falling.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
I scheduled my yearly opto visit. I haven't gone to the eyeglasses doctor in 2 years.
The door was locked?
I just did my first dentist appointment in 2 years, and now I'm like, fuck, I
After
need to
the
do
bodies
my
disappeared,
glasses.
Y'all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside, which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just
I
finished
just want a new
stashing
style of
Taka's body
glasses,
there.
too. I do love these
He
glasses,
convinced
but
us
I just
all
want
he was
new
dead.
ones.
And when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository.
Nodders.
So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
Ba ba ba!
But that means he took part in the murder.
I just can't believe it.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
Not her little smirk.
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. It was the
I got it!
the note.
You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Hidden notes?
Yeah.
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
What? In his pants?
Yes, his pants.
Girl, the way Sakura said that, yes, his
Okay,
pants.
well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note says.
I'm crying. I can't find out, so don't tell anyone else now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6
That's the
a.m.
note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go.
Yeah,
Wait, this one's a little different. In my
look at
note
that.
it said,
Hiro is catching on.
Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same?
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro, and that person could only have been...
Taka. Hifumi's pants. I'm screaming.
That's right! Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection! I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter right, so whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy! Just to be clear,
I'm crying.
TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right? Ugh, yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
My visits take a while because I can't dilate my eyes. I'm allergic to the eye drop, so I have to get the retinal scans. And oh man, the allergy is rough. I haven't been to optometrist in years. My vision's always been pretty decent, so I'm chilling. Soon be blessed. Soon be blessed with the good vision. Can't let her get to me.
right? And the person it was intended for must have been Huggy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter!
Yes, it does.
The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
Yes!
No, it's wrong.
We are not missing today, girls.
No, there absolutely is a connection.
Getting violently ill from dilation drops is not fun. That sounds just terrible.
What the hell are you talking about?
It also sounds more complicated to have to do the retinal scan and
The
everything.
note said to meet at 6 a.m.
My blessed
which
vision
is
is
the same
balanced on my
time
cursed
Taka was
dietary
murdered.
restrictions and GI issues. Cries.
You've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed.
Oh, I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time
You know, I actually never
and
read that
place
note.
written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that... No further objections!
Then someone used that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka,
I love her.
what was Hifumi doing with it? Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Girl.
Most likely, Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
He stole...
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show up.
I have proof. Proof that Hifumi stole the note from Taka. There we go.
When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this,
Oh yeah.
the sheet
No,
of
that's
paper
valid.
this piece came from is...
All the new equipment
I
nowadays,
knew it.
so fancy, so
It fits
nice. When I went to the
perfectly with the
dentist,
note
they
we
had some
found hidden
crazy
on
equipment. I was
Hifumi.
like, oh my gosh.
Then Taka's scrap...
Yup, they're from the same piece of
That's
paper.
good that's better now, though.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There's only one way to explain.
Okay.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
That means
Modders.
Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa,
The Mordor.
yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure. In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact,
No, Hiro,
he's
we're
still
we're
alive.
derailing too
Sorry,
much.
no. When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The second body discovery announcement proves that.
So then... who killed Hifumi?
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
He was killed in the repository. So he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed
Okay.
after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together. Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus!
Oh my god, chill.
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file,
Yo,
the way
Hiro.
Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office.
No, we know
so
what
if
the...
Hifumi
No,
was
we know
killed
what
in
it
the
is. We know what it is,
repository,
girls.
The culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it. But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
There's a different
I'm
hammer,
surprised.
girls.
It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
God damn.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already
That's what
laying
probably
around
Kyoko
those
meant
other
about the
rooms,
file.
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I haven't a clue. So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Those were
Neither.
accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Then...
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
We know this. Since it's digital scan, it's much easier for them to keep records and catch degenerative issues much earlier on. Oh, that's kind of nice. That's nice. I hate getting my eyes dilated. It's just like an uncomfortable process every time. Jill's having way too much fun. She always having so much fun. I love her. The whole picture surrounding this case won't become clear until we figure that out. Somehow, I have to find the truth. We know the truth. We know it.
What was used to kill Hifumi? Was it Justice Hammer 3?
Maybe Justice. Well, there's one. How was the culprit able to move around so free? How did nobody witness them carrying it? Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance! Check out murdergear.com!
Well, what the murder weapon had to be one of the and
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
Hey, yo.
The murder weapon wasn't a justice hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
The ones where they shoot air in your
Seriously?
eyes. Oh, yes.
A different weapon?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris, but for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Huh?
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
Yup.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
Whoever did that is the
Not there's even the Smash Bros.
the
one.
one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him.
Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with the way the graduation rule works. There is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
We did talk about how there wouldn't be any reason for anyone to work together. At least, that's what we thought at first. But... well, okay, actually, I don't know about this one.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can be, assuming the rule holds true. It is simply impossible.
That is how the rule would...
But that only really applies if there's one murder. In this case, however, there were two murders.
True.
Based on the rules that even if more than one, only the one who actually carried out, assuming the rule holds true. It is simply impossible that two people...
That is how the...
But that only really applies. In this case, however, there were two murders.
No, I missed.
Based on the rules that have been, even if more than one, only the one who actually carried, assuming the rule holds true. It is simply impossible.
That is how the rule...
But that only really applies if in this case, however, there were two murders.
Now! Okay, I think it's the other way around.
Based on the rules, even if more than one, only the one who actually, assuming the rule holds true.
That is how the...
But that only really applies. In this case, however, there were two murders.
Okay. We got it.
Based on the rules that have been laid out, even if more than one person is only the one who actually carried out the act, assuming the rule holds true.
Yes, there we
No,
go.
that's wrong.
Ooh, okay.
Since there were two murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in the scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, Then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
Yep. Hi, RJ. Thank you so much for the stream streak.
I
How
think
is
that's
you?
what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents. And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies.
I am good, RJ. A little sleepy, but good. I'm so intrigued to find out who the
person was behind it all.
killer is.
The mastermind picked
We're
their
like so
target
close.
and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
I think it's Celeste.
That's just awful. How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
The effort made to convince us the two murders were the same. That was the main characteristic this time. Kyoko must have noticed that fact from the very beginning, which is why she said to not look at this as a series of connected events, but entirely separate incidents. Kyoko really is amazing. Girl, and I'm simping. Although, when you think about it, she's almost too amazing. Like, it's almost unnatural how good she is at this.
I understand how an accomplice could be involved. But then, who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
Yeah, I think it's...
Problem numero uno
See,
right now.
I think it's Celeste because of the way that, like, Celeste was, like, acting during the events. The fact that Celeste was in the room, like, when Hifumi and Robo Justice were there, because somebody would have had to take the photo. And I guess he could have set up the camera himself, but also she could have just taken the photo and acted that way, you know? The true killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a number of actions, then in the end murdered him. The debates up till now, the way the case is unfolded, when you consider all that, there's really only one person that seems to fit. Okay, but now I'm panicking. What if I'm wrong, guys?
Here's my answer.
Yo! Please tell me that was right.
So I'm the suspicious individual now. I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke? I wonder.
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi. The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit-brained, that lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot! Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
What is it that only Hifumi and Celeste had in common?
I got it!
Yes!
The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush. The adults are talking
Okay,
now.
okay, Byakua. Can we just not be so aggressive?
Sorry.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever
God
laid
damn.
eyes on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
As if they aren't all the same fucking age, too. I know. He's so unhinged. I saw a shadow, something moving around at the top of the stairs.
We headed to the second floor specifically because of what
Girl,
she
her face.
claimed to have seen. Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costumed man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
Huh? Well, what was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
It was to get us to divide into 2 groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
Then why don't we split up into 2 groups? I'll lead the hunting party. That seems pretty interesting. Very well. Then Makoto and Hina, you come with me to the nurse's office. I will leave the capture of the suspicious individual to Toko, Byakuya, and Sakura.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected. And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on. That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we are on the 3rd floor. Everything's going according to... Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead.
Oh? I certainly was not expecting this. I did not imagine that Hifumi would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our mind.
I don't believe it.
You know, I did think that Hina was involved with
The whole
it.
thing was one big act.
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kind of sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed.
Nodders.
Wouldn't you agree,
Same energy as
Celeste?
me calling my coworkers that are older than me children pretty much daily. Okay, I'm
I
crying.
have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it. Looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you
Oh,
said
man.
after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. We're going to die just like those guys died.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the 4 of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about
what's
Taka
crazy is
being
when
dead.
she said that, I thought
Think
she was
about it.
referencing everybody.
Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
Byakuya said that Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. But what is he alluding to? Well, how could she have known?
All I said was, they must really be enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused.
I don't think it was.
We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all.
And that's all it takes. What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Go back. I did the wrong
All
one.
I said, they must really enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are all going to die. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes
To think what was so strange about Celeste's comment?
What? Shoot.
All I said, they must really be enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened, and they must be positively late. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes. What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
All I
Yo,
said,
I'm like
they
trying to
must really
cook.
be enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be. We are going to die. And that is.
And that's all it takes.
What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Okay.
Shoot. All I said, they must really enjoying the sight of us standing. They must be. We are all going to die here. We are going to die. And that is.
And that's all it takes.
What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Oh, maybe I need to grab. Okay, maybe I need to grab So Strange. Hold up.
All I said, they must really enjoying
One
the sight
moment.
of us. They must be. We are going to die. And that is.
And that's all it takes to think.
What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Okay.
All I said was they must really enjoying
Okay.
the sight of us. They must be. We are all going to die here. We are going to die. Just like.
There we go. I just needed to reverse it. Okay, that's really specific, but okay.
That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died. When she said that, none of
See,
us had
her
told
argument
Taka was
though
dead.
literally could have been, I'm
Exactly.
referencing the
And
other
we
people that
didn't run
died.
into- so there was never
That's all she
any
needed to
chance
do.
for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys?
See, I use guys
Because
though
Kyoko had
interchangeably,
also
but
disappeared, right?
I don't know.
So
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Imaginations.
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the pic? How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
It has to be some kind of setup,
Yeah,
right?
obviously.
So let's put the suit on, and then she used the camera's timer to set up the picture.
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer.
Couldn't you
In
have just
other
taken a
words,
picture?
It is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What
Yeah.
could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've
Damn,
offered
this is
up.
a long trial,
No.
TBA.
There is no other explanation.
There is no other way. Other explanations? If it wasn't a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away, the only other possibility is... I'm crying. They're dancing.
I got it! It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away.
Oh, because they had to drag him into the
I
locker.
would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
She knows. She knows she's
Certainly
caught,
within the realm of
girl.
possibility.
You're so silly. You thought.
The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And the
Yup.
strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Such a thing is utterly impossible.
Gosh, she's so
Hifumi was
terrifying.
dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Oh, God. Damn, girl. Celeste thinks she can prove there's no way Hifumi was dragging the suspect away. But is it that really possible? Yes. The bussin' music time. Let's go.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed
Bet
out.
it's that one.
Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry. You tried to make me look like.
Like I said, as you can see in the picture,
If the person inside the suit was uncovered, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
then the fortune-telling idiot is the culprit after all.
No way!
Oh, no. I think I got it right. I just missed.
You dressed me up in that. Then you just draped it. You tried to make me look.
Like I said,
As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing. If the person inside the suit, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
No, never mind. Shoot.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out. Then you just drape me across Hifumi and had him.
You tried to make me look
Like I said, as you can see in the picture, the suspect, if the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Then the fortune-telling idiot is the culprit after all.
What is Yashihiro's message? I don't think it's that one. Couldn't bend at the waist. Okay.
dress me up in that. Then you just drape me across. You tried to make me look like.
Like I said, as you can see in the picture, if the person inside the suit was
Genau!
unconscious,
God. Shoot. Yo, I am not cooking,
Dressed me up
guys.
in that suit after I passed out.
Then you just drape me. You tried to make me look like a.
like I said, as you can see in the picture, that if the person inside the suit, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
Oh, because it can't bend.
No. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that.
Because they built it that way.
Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
You totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the width.
I'm not
Yep.
so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Yeah, so it looked like he was standing up.
Celeste and Hifumi took
No,
the suit they specially
Celeste.
designed and
We
stuffed Hiro
stand
into it.
you, girl.
That's how they
And you
were able
cooked
to
yourself.
fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
Checkmate?
Don't make me laugh, you idiot. What do you mean?
Oh my god,
checkmate?
she looks insane.
Celeste?
Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem.
Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
Hey, Hifumi, who was it? Who attacked you? Who tried to kill you? Who killed me? That's right, I remember their name. Yasuhiro.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not?
Yo,
He
now her voice
said,
getting even
and that's
higher.
right,
She's stressed.
Yasuhiro.
She's sweating.
Yasuhiro Hagakure!
Right, but my name isn't really Yasuhiro. It's actually Taro.
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
He did say Yasuhiro. But are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Oh god.
What do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
I got it! That's right! Our last names! He called us all by our last names!
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr.
Oh.
Naegi more than once, for example. So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental.
Oh,
By
dear.
chance, he just, his first name, indecent?
Don't talk.
Girl, not this.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No. There's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal. But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold
The
on.
passports, check their
And
passports.
that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
What did you just say? To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit! Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser to you? Well, do I?
Girl, you're stressing me out.
I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
She's crashing out, she's
Okay,
crashing out.
Then fill us in. What's your real name?
Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen.
My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
Celeste still won't give up. So then, I have to do something to make her accept it. E-handbook.
Hifumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name.
If there's one person here,
It would have to be you, Celeste.
how many times Celeste, you're loading up!
How long do you plan to go?
I'm not pretending.
Oh my
and
gosh.
since you have no way to
We do, girl. Okay, but how did Kyoko know that? How did she know that?
What?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
This handbook is absolutely vital to a healthy school life, so don't lose it. When you start it up, it will display your name. Always make sure you have the right one. Now, this is not your everyday notebook. It has so many more uses than that.
So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up
Hand
everything.
it over, girly
That's
poo.
how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Then we're just gonna go ahead and cook ya.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
Eden, when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because
Because of the wonderful things he does. But no. We're off to see the wizard.
You never know what might happen.
Oz.
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all,
This is
and that'll
the
bring
comic
everything to an
part.
end.
One of the best parts, literally. Okay. It's also, the killer is so terrifying every single time. Wait, no. Well, we can always fix it later. It's fine. Oh, wait. Okay. No, the watch is definitely there. Hold up. Okay. Watch. Was it 3? No, he had 4. Hi, theater. Okay, and then that happened. But then I wonder if... Hold up. No, because that's him pushing the cart. Yo, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm just gonna start guessing for this part. Okay. This one is him dragging.
Here's exactly what
This is wrong. I know it's wrong.
before it.
Okay. You got this. Hi, Monk. How are you? The trial's been good. It's been long, but
Killer was able to
I am
execute a number of
loving
otherwise
this one.
impossible
I
schemes.
cooked with this one. I knew who it was for once in my life. I said, oh, not me losing a heart. I love that. That one.
The killer is you.
Oh my god. Oh.
The killer is you.
This one was kind of mind-bending, trying to put the timeline together. Yeah.
first, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1.
There he is. How did he not remember anything,
That
though?
someone they
Must have
met
been
with
fast.
was Hero. The murderous duo intended to pass Hero off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit.
There we go.
Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo-Justice was attacking him,
Yikes.
while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hero. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker.
Okay.
And then finally,
We got that one right.
6
Okay.
a.m.
We're doing
they
okay.
moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room.
Oh, I think I got it right. Yeah.
And that's where Hifumi killed
Right.
him. They
Yay!
The
We're doing
murder
okay.
weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crime.
Hifumi, why did you do that, though, girl?
So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims to solidify Robo-Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1 and the Robo-Justice pictures they'd take. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack store. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2.
Yay, we got it right.
And they injured Hifumi to sell us that store. With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our mind that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did.
Hi, Celtic. How are you?
We fell right
Welcome
into
in.
their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that.
Okay. Period. Gaming.
While we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's
TBH,
office.
I just want to be able to recreate Jill's braids. Like, I
This was
low-key
exactly
love
what
the
Hifumi
style of
was
braids.
hoping for.
I knew it. I knew that he used that. The blood
in
packets.
refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3
Yo, not him, like, spinning around
and
and
turned the room into a
crying.
crime scene.
Gaming.
He let out a scream to draw us back. And when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile,
I love the
other group
cartoon
that had
part.
been out
It's so
searching
interesting
found
and
Taka's
cool.
body at the same time. So when
Oh,
we
hey,
heard
yo,
the
hey,
body
Rom.
discovery announcement,
How was you?
we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi
How was your
once
weekend,
again
Bane?
took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned
Okay.
his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office. And once again, Hifumi had the chance
Are you ready
he
for
was
raid
waiting
tomorrow?
for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room.
Yo, why did he make the body look like a worm, though?
He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository.
Poor Taka.
That explains how each of the bodies disappeared.
I know, it's late, right? 1 a.m.? I think. If I can actually math.
But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act.
Period. Sam is cooking.
Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi.
Because I found out that Sam's
and get
got
rid
good
of the one
cleaves.
person who could
I did not
betray them.
realize. I don't understand which melees other than Viper were like good for M6, but then I found out that Samurai's like cleaves are cooking, and I was like, slay.
And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository.
Love a samurai dance
That should
partner.
cover everything that happened in this case.
Oh my god, we actually got it right? That's insane. Oh, she's crashing out.
Celeste, sorry, you lose.
You know, out of everybody though, Celeste wasn't one of my fave girly pops, so it's kind of okay.
Lost? I'm lost?
Sorry, girl. I liked her, but
When was the last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Well, why did you do it?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor.
I, Celestia Ludenberg.
Actually, no, Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Not the voice change.
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Oh,
Interesting.
the personality is gone. Oh, don't give me a C. Oh, no. Okay. Oh. Okay, period. She looks like a killer. I mean, kind of.
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin.
No, wait. Oh, God, I hate this part.
Or, no.
The flip is
I
crazy.
suppose this is the end.
You're still learning the opener. That's okay. That's okay, that's okay. Samurai is so confusing to me as a melee.
Been waiting for. Time to vote. Okay.
I genuinely thought Sam would be my main melee at one point, and then I was like,
cast your vote.
I do not understand.
And when the
tried to
votes are
teach me.
tallied, who will
Didn't work out
become
well.
the blackened? Will you make the right choice?
Celeste is still one of my favorites in this game. I'm so sorry, Sumi.
What's it gonna be?
For what's about to come. The voice change was cool. Oh, yo! I'm sorry, girly pop. She was a professional gambler. So I'm curious what her death is gonna look like.
It's basically a formality at this point, but once again, you're totally correct. The Blackened this time, the true killer who devised the whole stinking scheme was Celestia Ludenberg, or more precisely, Taiko Yasuhiro.
Honestly.
I lost. Well, that sucks. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Hifumi's ineptitude was beyond all my calculations. So you really did approach Hifumi with this plan. But how did you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would have happily agreed to commit murder. I'm sure she relied on her speciality. Lying. My speciality? Don't make me laugh. I didn't have to lie to him to get him to agree.
So then,
Did you use, I knew you'd figured out Kyoko. You're absolutely right. To get Hifumi to act as my accomplice, I used her. For everyone who's still left, I'll avoid mentioning it by name, but it was the one thing Hifumi and Taka were both super into. Does she mean... Is she talking about alter ego?
What? What are you talking about?
just a second.
Don't interrupt. We're in the middle of a very important conversation here.
I'm totally out of the loop as usual. How sad.
In other words,
Then you're the one that stole it?
Indeed.
That's right.
I see.
And you used it to drag Hifumi into the plan you'd come up with. Right again. Last night, after we had our meeting about how it disappeared, I paid Hifumi a little visit. I find it hard because I can't pronounce the moves. Okay, valid. Valid. Then again, I don't think there's anyone in the cast I don't like a lot. Same.
Oh, what are you doing here?
Actually,
I was hoping I could talk to you, alone. It is about what was stolen. I know who did it.
What?
are you okay with this?
Oh, I forgot. She has her old voice still. It was Taka. He stole it.
What?
So
And I have
then,
proof. Would you like to see it? As it turned out, I'd found a use for the digital camera. I'd taken you-know-what to Taka's room earlier and took pictures of it there. I deleted the picture as soon as I'd shown it to Hifumi, of course.
Damnation!
So it was him. But how did he do it? She was supposed to yell if either of us got close to her.
You are correct, which is why Taka forced me to steal it.
What?
as for me,
Please forgive me. He threatened me.
Oh.
He did?
as for
He
me,
came to my room last night unannounced, and then it's hard for me to even say, "Oh, girl, whoa."
What?
Okay, that was a bold accusation.
Damnation!
But that's a crime, an absolute crime. I knew he'd gone a little crazy, but I never imagined he would go that far. Oh, she's fucking insane. It was amazing how he completely bought it. I can't express how enjoyable that was. I'm about to say something I've never said before in my life. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to fucking kill him.
most
Wait,
unfortunate.
please. If you go now, you'll be playing right into his hands. Huh?
Actually,
Taka is planning to use her to escape, and he has made you his target.
What?
Escape? You don't mean Taka is going to try to kill you. What?
indeed.
And also he could keep her to himself. But that bastard. Bastard.
Honestly,
Can we allow him to continue with these barbaric acts? Absolutely not. How could he? She...
swear
I have to save her.
Actually,
Then, would you like to join with me? It just so happens I have come up with a plan. Huh? I have devised a way to reclaim what he has stolen and escape the dreadful school. And with that, it is complete. Huh? What are you talking about? Oh, nothing. Hifumi agreed without a second thought. The effect that item had on him was remarkable. But Hifumi also had, like, kind of a good heart. He was like, oh my god, I'm gonna kill him because of what he did. The power of love, even a love as twisted as that, could still drive people mad, it would seem. You disgust me.
I see.
I have another question for you. Was that strange costume Hifumi's creation?
indeed.
Yeah, it was a real pain in the butt, too. All I asked him to do was make something to hide the face and general body size. I had no idea he'd make something like that. But it's my fault for picking him in the first place. So why'd you decide to make me the suspect? Because you're stupid. I'm crying, girl. That's it.
Let's
And in that
see.
regard, I made the right choice. I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Life must have been tough on your parents, though. I feel like I could cry. But when you were explaining your plan to Hifumi, how did you explain the part of him playing dead? What she's asking is, what was Hifumi supposed to do after that, assuming you would actually let him
Are
live?
you okay with this?
That's simple. After he did his part and pretended to be dead, once someone showed up, I told him to say he'd been seriously wounded. He was on the verge of death, but he just barely held on. And he really believed that? Well, of course. That wasn't all there was to it. As I explained it to Hifumi, the plan was, while we were all questioning him about what had happened to him, I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Hifumi would have had an alibi, so nobody could doubt him. I told him that, and he believed it. It all seems very straightforward, stereotypical. I just matched the lie to the level of the opponent. In fact, Hifumi ate it up. He believed the lie wholeheartedly, right up until the moment of his death.
So in the
So
end,
you had planned to kill him all along. But of course, there would have been no point in my plan if the one who pretended to be dead did not end up being dead himself. How can human life mean so little to you? That's a non-issue. I simply did everything in my power to win.
mean?
Oh, you sound like
I
Byakuya.
wonder about
No,
that.
he derives his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, we are nothing alike.
Why?
Then what made things this far? What the heck? Was it really just for money? You're talking about the $1 million Monokuma offered us? That is a lot of money, it's true. But that's not all there is to it. From the moment our new life here began, my only thought has been escape. But all along you've been saying how we have to accept living here.
You little bitch.
Obviously, that was a lie.
Hey!
I couldn't take it. I hated it from day one. More than anyone else in here. I wanted to get out. Every day was fresh torture. And do you want to know why,
This is
huh?
fine.
Because I had a dream. And accepting a life here would have been nothing less than giving up on a dream forever.
Honestly.
There was no way that I could ever do that. In the underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing.
As for me,
And it was all for that dream. And what was this dream of
isn't
yours?
it wonderful?
To live in a European castle. A castle? Girl, that's it. And to gather handsome men from all over the world to serve as my butler/bodyguards. You little bitch, this game is crazy. It truly is. You basically called this case. Respectfully, I am so happy. I feel like this is the only case I feel like I've cooked with so far. Every other case I've been so off half the time. The first case, I kind of caught on, but then chat was like, no, what are you doing? You're being silly. And I was like, you're right. And I totally fell into their hands. But I kind of caught a little bit on the first one, and then the last one I did so terrible at, and then this one I was like, oh yeah. I mean, she wasn't wrong. He is a bit stupid. Oh, for sure. Hi, Mimic. How are you? Or Axel. How are you, Axel? You got gaslit. Case 1. Truly. Once I obtained that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world of decadence.
This is fine.
Living the rest of my life, there was only my dream, my only goal. That's what life is all about. Combined with my own winnings, Monokuma's $10 million would have made that dream a reality. I got right to the edge,
There is
but
nothing to be done.
unfortunately my dream has been scattered to the wind. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream to the very end, so why would I?
Just the worst.
You sound so passionate, but you were really able to kill your own friends for
Oh.
it? Are you asking me to feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavor. I think nothing of sacrificing others for my own ends. I feel nothing.
Do you understand?
That's all there is to me. That's what makes me complete. Isn't it terrifying how different our values are? There's simply no room for understanding.
What is this?
That's what we should be saying. And plus, how can you be so calm? Do you realize you're about to die? Why aren't you scared? My ability to lie is unrivaled, and I take pride in that. It's not just other people I can fool. I can even fool my own emotions. The conscious deceives the unconscious. That's why you're not
Yes,
scared?
indeed.
That's right. I don't fear death. Kill me however you like. But you know, if I could be reincarnated, if I had a choice
Isn't
then,
it wonderful?
I think I would like to come back as Marie Antoinette.
Hey.
You just get executed again. Okay. My model's finally in progress, Pog. That's so exciting, Axel. Are you excited? You liking the way it's turning out? It was for your own good. I agree. I thought it was actually pretty slay. The trickery at the beginning. Celeste smiled, then, and when she did, it looked to me like a poor effort to force it. She claimed she could fool her own feelings, but that statement itself must have been her final lie. And that weak, fake smile is what betrayed her.
Chills!
You all done? Okay, then let's get rolling. The black and disturb the peace have must pay the
Now
price.
then, I prepared a very special punishment.
Oh, God.
The ultimate gambler.
Get everything we got.
no.
It's punishment time!
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this. What?
This is...
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why, actually, it's not important. Well then, take care, everyone. Perhaps we'll meet again. In another life.
Yo, I'm getting kind of emo. I know that she's insane, but... Oh, Celeste! Thanks, Axel. I love my little Gallicu. So excited. Ayo, period. Oh my gosh, her little smile. Oh my, oh my! No way. Not the Monokuma creepy ass doll. Not all the little bears. Oh, the music though. Oh, she looks scared at the... Oh. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, her death hit me different than the other ones. Her death hit me different. I feel like you've been hit by a truck, girl. That hit diff. She got easy kite, it's fine. She's fine. The third execution is over. Celeste's death is over. Celeste killed my friends, so I can't pity her, but I also can't deny that at one point I considered her a friend too. And for him to just come along and...
Isn't it just awful? Someone couldn't cut free of their regrets from the outside world, and so more people had to die.
Extreme!
You guys are still young. You need to place more value on your lives.
What are you gonna do?
And here I thought you guys were gonna pass the torch of hope to the next generation.
Let me out of
What
here!
do I care about hope? I'll throw it in the trash if you just let me out of here.
Bad.
You are all the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not. And it's my destiny to knock you down, one by one. It's sad, yes it is, but that reality just can't be avoided.
Don't talk like you're not responsible. How long are you gonna make us keep going through this? What do you want from us?
God, I'm so sick of people asking me that. Give it a rest already. So anyway, Kyoko, did I see you get some kind of key-type object from Celeste? So, what's the deal with that?
What?
Huh? What's the matter?
So then,
I'll answer your question if you answer mine. What did you do? What did you do to me?
Ooh. What?
hey,
Answer me. What did you do to my body? Whoa, the music!
Ooh. Oh man, oh jeez. Oh man, oh jeez. What do you mean, what did I do? I have no idea. I don't know anything about it.
What was that just now? The mastermind did something to Kyoko's body? Does that mean...
Okay, things are getting kinda awkward. I think it's about time I got out of here. Meanwhile, you guys can go on enjoying your school life. If you get lonely, give me a shout. Not that I'll do anything about it, of course. See ya!
Monokuma disappeared, leaving us all depressed and in despair. Although, it wasn't all despair. There was one small hope. Hey, Kyoko, Monokuma already mentioned it, but what's the key that Celeste gave you? Most likely, it's the key to one of the dressing room lockers.
What? Then that means...
Celeste probably hid it there.
Hey,
I suppose sometimes it's easiest to miss what's right beneath your nose. Well, then we'd better go check. Good idea. We left to the courtroom door and rushed to the dressing room. As we approached the dressing room, Kyoko looked back at us and said, I'm going to go on alone from here. Everyone else head to the dining hall. I'll check in with you later.
What?
Why exactly are you going alone? Do you even have to ask? As she spoke, she glanced quickly at the surveillance
Come
camera.
on.
That's not what I mean. Why you? There's still a risk of a spy, you know? Then I'll go too.
What?
You? Please, let me go. Standing here arguing is just going to draw more attention to us. Do whatever you want. Thank you, Byakuya.
well then.
It's up to you now.
Yo!
I'm gonna go to the dining hall, okay?
Huh? So Makoto and Kyoko are gonna go together? Does that mean what I think it means? Good luck, Makoto. Girls like her are total pushovers when you show a little backbone.
I tried to forget what Hina said. Everyone headed to the dining hall, leaving me and Kyoko there alone.
Shall we go?
Well, shall we? Yeah.
So then...
We need to get into that locker. Kyoko took the key Celeste had given her and unlocked the locker. As the locker swung open, we saw...
You really came.
Good morning. It's been a while, hasn't it? It's safe, thank goodness. I've never heard Kyoko sound so relieved. It was like she was speaking from the bottom of her heart. I did just what Celeste asked. I didn't say a word. I stayed quiet the entire time. Oh, and I think I might be able to open the last set of files soon. Maybe as early as tomorrow? I'm doing my best, so please wait just a while longer. So now we can officially say case is closed. As far as this incident is concerned, sure, but can we take a second? Since we have this opportunity, I want you to be honest with me. Kyoko, please tell me, what are you trying to do all on your own here at the school? Is that why you wanted to come with me?
However...
Regardless, that's not something you need to know right now. I don't need to know. That just makes me even more worried. What? Worried? Like what happened during the investigation this time? You disappeared and we didn't see you again. Without warning, without explanation? When you do that, it's only natural. They think I'm the mastermind spy, right? And you too. No! I believe you. What? You believe in me? Isn't it obvious? People believe in their friends, right? That's why I want you to tell me. Girl, just say.
Isn't it true people believe in the people they simp over?
And I want you to believe in me too. Because we're friends. I understand.
It's true.
Then maybe I can believe in you. Just a little bit more. Then...
That's fine.
Fine. I'll tell you. I'll tell you why I've been disappearing and where I've been going. You see... Yo, lore! Crazy. What I heard from Kyoko then was... Well, frankly, it kind of blew my mind. Right after I told Kyoko I believe her, she told me a story that was, well, almost unbelievable. I decided I had to confirm what she told me with my own two eyes, so I waited for nighttime to come. When it did, I went into action.
Correct.
The boys' bathroom on the second floor doesn't have a surveillance camera or monitor in it. And the storage closet there, way in the back. She said it was way in the back of the boys' bathroom storage closet, but could Kyoko really be right about this? Yo, let me in. I've been in this bathroom, though. Oh, I see. It's just a normal storage closet as far as I can tell. The secret Kyoko told me about. Could it really be in here? Oh, it is a door! She said it was away in the back of the storage closet. But I mean, seriously? Without thinking, I placed my hand on the back of the storage closet, and suddenly, as if I were being yanked in. Gashonk! At the same time as I heard that sound, I fell through the wall. I had no idea what was going on. I had fallen through the back of the storage closet. Huh? It turned out the back wall was like a revolving door and I'd made my way to the other side, just like Kyoko had said.
Correct.
In the boys' bathroom on the second floor, there's a storage closet. And way in the back of that closet, there's a secret room. So this is the secret room, but what's in here? Whoa, what is in here? There's a bunch of files and what looks like volume after volume of yearbooks. They're all covered in dust. Look at everything. One file at the edge of the bookshelf caught my eye. Hope Peak Academy student registry? This is the only thing in here not covered in dust. Has someone been looking at it recently? I slipped the file into my hand. Before I had a chance to look at it, a slip of paper fell out of the file and I turned my attention to it. What's this? You must not leave. That's kind of weird. I could understand if it said, like, I can't leave, but you must not leave? What is this? My head feels funny. The strange sensation. It's like deja vu. Those words, you must not leave? I've seen them somewhere before, but I can't quite remember. What do I know? What don't I know? Oh, shit! She's been in the boys' bathroom. Scandalous. Very scandalous. A strange sound rang out through my head. Felt like it was shaking my brain back and forth, and then darkness. I don't understand what's happening. I don't know what started it. It's all over. With that, I opened my eyes. I didn't know how long it had been. Oh, they took all the shit. Ugh, ow. Apparently something hit me and I lost consciousness. That's all I understood. The dull throbbing pain in my head proved that much at least. Well, great, girl. It's all gone. An empty bookshelf. Huh? Empty? Gone. It's all gone. The yearbooks, the student registry, and even the note that had fallen on the floor. It's all gone? What does this mean? My brain refused to do any more work. This insistent pain in my head began to spread across the rest of my body. But for now, I should go back to my room and get some rest. He literally had one job. My body was heavy with pain, my mind heavy with thought. I dragged myself back to my room. We almost had the answers. Somehow I made it back to the first floor of the school. Ugh, the further I walked, the more I felt things are getting blurry. Can't see in front of me. I couldn't stop myself from collapsing right there. And after that, as if from a vast distance I heard a sound. It was faint but undeniable. That sound, it's coming from the gym? As I desperately hauled my shaky frame towards the gym, the sound got stronger and stronger. What's going on? It can't be nothing here in the gym? Yo, what's going on? I didn't make a sound as I opened the door to the gym. The sounds coming from inside, meanwhile, only intensified that much more. Oh! Yo! Before me, there raged a battle beyond anything humanly possible. No, one side's not human, that's for sure, but regardless, I couldn't stop staring. I forgot to move or even breathe.
Why, you? What do you think you're doing? I asked you a question. What's the meaning of this?
She's trying to beat your ass, bro.
How dare you defy me? This wasn't part of the deal!
Oh!
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat. No longer compromise. No longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Oh!
Okay.
So really, I was not expecting
you
this.
You realize what will happen if you go through with this, right?
Truly was not expecting this one.
You haven't forgotten, have you? What I'm holding hostage?
What am I looking at? What am I hearing? A hostage? Then could it be the mastermind spy is a next generation legend? Stand tall, galactic hero. The end. Oh shit, there's only 7 of us left. Dun dun dun! That's crazy. Bro, not the super robo. Yeah, let's go ahead and save. I suppose. Leon killed Sayaka. Monokuma killed Junko. Then Leon got executed. Then Mondo killed Chihiro. And then he got executed. Hifumi killed Taka, then Celeste killed Hifumi. And then she got executed. And that brings us up to now. The next morning in the dining hall, the day after Celeste's case. So now there's only 5 of us here. A third of the number of people we started with.
Indeed.
Loneliness has become a commonplace. That's true. Still, what did I see yesterday? I don't understand. Sakura's the mastermind spy? Can that really be true? Makoto, are you okay? No, I'm fine. can't bring it up in front of the others. If I did that, I'd just confuse everyone that much more.
Okay. Okay, in that case, let's eat till we pass out.
What do you mean in that case?
Well, because look how scary everyone looks. It's gotta be because you're all fighting on empty stomachs, right? If you fill your belly, I'm sure you'll all cheer up. So, let's eat. Let's fry up some fish and donuts and eat till we can't stand up.
Fish and donuts, girl, what? That's like Deep Impact style. Meteor Impact, extinction level event combination of foods.
What? Those are both breakfast time top sellers.
Still, the till we can't stand up part is a problem. After we're done, we need to go explore.
I see.
That's right. Since the class trial is over, new areas should have opened up.
It's true.
Plus, we still have alter ego. We don't have to give in to despair just yet. She's right. We have to plan ahead and think about the future.
You got it!
Yeah. Think happy thoughts, not deathy thoughts.
You know?
Like, when we're gonna get out of here, right?
We're serious.
When this is all over, I think I want to get reborn for serious. Reborn as someone serious.
Hey, are you okay? That sounds like something someone who's about to die would say.
I'm totally okay, and I'm not gonna die. Why? Because there aren't gonna be any more murders.
Huh? What makes you so sure?
According to the spirits...
I predicted it last night, since it revealed itself to me from the ether. There's no doubt about it.
However...
How accurate is your fortune telling anyway?
How about
I
that?
can usually hit 20 or 30% on a good day.
That seems really low.
It's not like some occult
Well, yeah,
mystery.
it's not like ESP or whatever. Of course I'm only gonna get it right sometimes.
The occult is
I told you,
bullcrap.
my fortune telling isn't like some occult thing.
So,
Fortune telling isn't a cult?
got it all
Of course
wrong.
not. Clairvoyance is clairvoyance. Don't put it in the same category as cattle mutilation.
Cattle what?
So...
He's referring to the urban legend where aliens abduct cows and dissect them as part of their research.
Actually,
No, you're calling it an urban legend. As a matter of fact, it's true. As a matter of fact, it happened to me. It's all happened one day when I went to go get a hamburger. It was a place I'd never been before. They claimed their patties were 100% all beef. So I got a burger to go and headed home.
But
And before long,
the end is nigh.
the sky was filled with mysterious, blinding light.
Some crazy beam
Girl,
came
I
out of nowhere
cannot.
and locked onto my hamburger.
We lost like half the crew,
And
literally.
As soon as the beam touched it,
I'm like, who
burger
even could
started
do the
floating
deaths
in
anymore? There's only a
midair.
couple of us girls
And
left.
Then, still floating there, the entire burger started coming apart. One part of it just vanished, while the rest fell back into my hand.
Okay, this is crazy.
Do you realize what that means? It means the burger wasn't
Stop.
100% beef. It must have had some pork or something mixed in. Something like 70% pork and 30% beef would be my
Or
guess.
not pork, just something else.
You can't trick me.
So I stormed back into the burger place and got up to the manager's grill, and they totally admitted it. It wasn't 100% beef. They totally mixed in ground pork
How
with it.
about that?
Now do you see that? That is cattle mutilation. I kind of got lost halfway through. I can't tell if you're for the occult or against it. You stink of stupidity.
Don't be mean.
I stink of, how dare you? Well, you do stink, though. That's fine. That's fine? Anyway, I hope your prediction turns out to be true. At the very least, I won't murder anyone.
Yeah, me either. I mean, I would never.
Of course.
Me either.
Indeed.
Nor I. That goes for me too, of course. I could never kill any of my friends. I feel like those words of encouragement were helping us come together as one. After so much sacrifice and hardship, we'd finally become united. But,
Well,
to be honest, I wish Byakua and Togo were here for this too.
But they're so hard to deal with. They only think about themselves.
Yeah, we're better off without them, I say. That was enough to prove we were united for the time being, but within that bond hid weakness and fragility. Oh! Now who are these people? Is that Hina? Please, no. Please. We began our search as soon as we finished breakfast in the dining hall. We had to find out what had opened up, what was waiting for us. And that, gamers, is where we pause for now. Whew. Next time in Danganronpa. Yo, that was crazy. Okay, but we cooked today. We cooked today. Just saying. Just saying. That was so slay. That was so slay. Okay, yeah. Yeah. We might play tomorrow. We may play tomorrow. It really depends on how tired I am because on Sundays I raid for 6 hours straight. So if I'm feeling alive, then we'll play tomorrow. Because I kind of don't want to do 14. I do want to do 14, but I want to do 14 on Monday because I kind of just want to do like PF, like helping and whatnot. So yeah. Tentative stream tomorrow. If we stream tomorrow, it'll probably be Danganronpa unless I'm like dead. That's so much raid. It is. It is. But it's okay. It's only on Sundays. It's only on Sundays. So it's fine. It's fine. Thank you guys so much for hanging out today. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for all the follows. Thank you for the resubs. Thank you, Sumi, for the resubby today. Thank you, Stormy for the stream streak, and thank you, Super Cali for the raid today. I'm gonna give one more shout out to Super Cali, guys. Super Cali streams a lot of variety content. They're currently playing through Spider-Man 2, and it's Sumi's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Sumi. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Sumi. Happy birth. Happy birth. I hope you have a good birthday. Oh my gosh, you're coming to raid on your birthday? Everybody has to wear a birthday outfit for Sumi. Gotta get Sumi a little birthday hat. I hope you have a good birthday, Sumi. It's not your birthday, Kata. Go ahead, shut your mouth. Just kidding. Yo, I hope you have a good birthday, Sumi. I hope you do some fun stuffs tomorrow and whatnot. Not the birthday outfit, okay? But not like that. Not like that. Not like that. Wasn't that 3 months ago, Kata? Yeah. Yeah, he just wants every day to be his birthday, doesn't he? Doesn't he? Literally everybody's showing up with no gear. Hey, we're in our birthday suits. I level 0 Uvu. New challenge unlocked. Okay, guys. Thank you so much again for hanging out today. I appreciated the good vibes. I really love Danganronpa. I'm glad that we're getting back into it finally. I did look up to see how many chapters we have, and we don't have that many left. Sort of. Don't we only have 2 chapters left or something? Like, I know we still have a lot because, right, we always divide the streams into half of it is just like the first exploration, and then we solve the murder, and then so we technically still have like a few streams. But who is the next killer? Oh my gosh, the next killer is, I think it's, oh my gosh, I think it's Sakura. Is that her name? Sakura? Hina's the next one dead. I saw the thing. I think it's Hina. It's getting so hard because there's so few left, and right now I can't picture any of them being the killer. Like, literally cannot picture any of them, so I'm like, I don't know. Actually, I have 2 theories. Either Sakura is the killer and Hina dies, or Hina dies and there is no killer. I also have that theory. That she is the one that, yeah. Just because the way she's been acting, I don't know. I'm worried. I love Hina. I don't want her to die. I really don't want her to die. Okay. If you'd like, peeps, I got a Discord. That'd be so messed up. It would be, but this game is like so crazy. It's actually so messed up. So, nothing now. Nothing now would surprise me. If you'd like, feel free to join my Discord. There is a Danganronpa like spoiler channel in there that I'm not allowed to look at, but everybody else is in there like chatting about predictions and then like other spoilery stuff and whatnot. So if you want to join in that convo, it's in the Discord. Okay, my guess is Hina's gonna die for sure, and either it's gonna be Sakura who kills her or nobody kills her. And it is Hina. Also feel free to follow me on any of my socials. I almost knocked over my coffee. Check out my latest YouTube video. Thank you guys so much for all the support on it thus far. I appreciate it. I also have started doing multi-stream on YouTube too, so that all my streams are just on YouTube already on my main channel, and it's just easier. So I'll probably shut down the VOD channel, or maybe I'll keep it for other shenanigans later. It's probably more of what the vibe will be. But yeah. Okay, friends, I hope you have a wonderful night. Tentative stream tomorrow. Otherwise, I will see you guys on Monday. Have a wonderful Sunday. Stay you, stay true. Bye! Good night, good night, good night, peepos.